Yeah, science versus religion, definitely.
Yeah, religious thought. You said it. You said it was dangerous, nigga. You did say it. I heard you say it. You said it.
Yeah. It's definitely when you got religious ideas that's informing your information, your decisions, as far as like statewide, you know what I mean? That's not cool. That's why we got away from England or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what America's independence is all about, the separation of church and state. America should not have a law that respects any religion, any one religion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm summing that up and paraphrasing, but that's basically the one of the First Amendments. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think that's real important that we take a look at that, because this will set precedents. You know, this situation, the whole Roe v. Wade situation, they kind of set precedents for the future, and we already kind of had those precedents set, but I think we got a group of people now that, you know, that I don't know, we got a cult leader or a cult member in the Supreme Court now. With Amy Coney Barrett. You know, she grew up here in South Bend. She went to Notre Dame. She on the Supreme Court. And now it's all kind of information coming out about some kind of cult that's around here that she was a part of. You know, that was like having women, you know, not being able to speak and serving, and, you know, serving men, and, you know, it's all kind of crazy allegations. I ain't really got down to the bottom of it. They said it was an article in the South Bend Tribune about that. So, but that was a couple weeks ago that I heard about it. So I'm gonna get some more information on that, and I'll come back to it. But, you know, maybe we can look up Amy Coney Barrett, and we can possibly see some of the new information that's came out about her, because, you know, during your Supreme Court confirmation hearing, things like religion are not to be questioned. So you can't, you know, like if I was a Muslim, you know, they can't ask me questions about my religion if I'm going up to be a Supreme Court justice or whatever, you know, that's another problem. I think that's the issue, because religion kind of informs, if you're a religious person, most of the time religion informs your decision making, you know. And so I think that's a big time problem when you have a religious person that's informed by, you know, the tenets of that religion, and make decisions based on that. And you're on the highest court in the land for a lifetime. So I just think that's an issue. You know, I don't know if you want to chime in on that, brother. You know what I mean? But you can go ahead. You muted though, by the way, if you is talking.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna let the people pile up in here, man. You right, man. You know, we're gonna get a chance. We're gonna drop the link early, man. We want to hear everybody fucking just they stand. So, you know, we had a good, healthy conversation around it, man. Everybody's definitely welcome, bro. So, you know what I mean? Shit. Yeah, you know, it's been a hell of a 2 years, right? It's been real wild, right? Things you never expect to happens, man. But at the end of the day, man, it's fucking America, man. You got to take the bitter with the sweet, right? Yeah. Like ain't no crybabies in America. And if you can say you don't want any abortions, then somebody can surely say, right? If you can say that you want to have a right to have abortions, right? Then somebody too has the right to say that they don't want no abortions. That's right. American. 1 minute marijuana gets you 20 years. The next minute it's just getting you high. That's right. America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 1 minute you're a slave and chattel, the next minute you the president of the United States. That's America.
Right.
1 minute you're a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying, selling dope to your community, right? Next time you're trying to educate your community. That's America. 1 minute you're in a cult, promoting propaganda, promoting fake expertise, right? And the next moment, yo, you promoting scientific literacy. But that's fucking America, yo. That's what they say make this place great, right? And a lot of people beg to differ and talk that shit, but you can only talk that shit in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no high horse American guy, but I'm an African American. And as an African American, I fight to understand the system, right? I fight to be Black in America. Even understand the biological organism, right? When you deal in biology, there is no race, right? But that's America, understanding both, understanding the situation, understanding the implications, right? Behind racism, understanding that although I understand race is real, right? It's real, but it's not biological. How about that? Meaning when the nigga got, excuse the language, when the ninja got hung, yo, that was real. He got hung because of color of his skin. That was real. There's no getting away from that, bro. So we never gonna say the experience that we went through for being Black wasn't real. That would be crazy, but that's America. You know what I'm saying?
Society ain't always scientific. You know what I'm saying?
So, no. Nope. Nope.
Most of it ain't science. Most of the time, society is not scientific. You know what I mean? Most of the time, society go with lookership, like things like race. You know, things like skin color, hair texture, height. You know, all of that kind of stuff. Whether you fat, whether you skinny, whether you physically fit, whether you out of shape, whatever. All that determines your social status here in America. You know what I'm saying? America, fat people, if you fat, you in a certain social, that puts you in a certain social status here in America. I mean, it's harsh. It's not a friendly thing, I guess you could say, but it's the reality of America. You know, if you're ugly, they're gonna put you in a certain category here in America. If you're beautiful, that puts you in a certain, beautifulness puts you in a certain status here in America. You know, your beauty, puts you in a certain status here in America. You know what I mean? So, society, like I said, is not always scientific, in the way we do things here in America. But that's reality of things. That's a human thing,
Yeah, that's America. And 1 minute, the course of beauty is like a 12-year-old, real skinny, right? Small breasts, right? That's a young girl. That was the standard of beauty, the Barbie doll. Now it's moved to voluptuous hips, right? Nice sized breasts, right? They even got websites, right, where they're promoting, you know what I'm saying, full figured women. You know what I'm saying? See that's America, bro.
That's America. That's America.
Speaking America, man, you know what I'm saying? One moment, right, it's illegal for homosexuals to be in the army. You know what I'm saying? The next minute, you know what I'm saying, depending on the president, then it's legal to be in the army. And I like to mention that America is really the last European nation to do that. Everybody else, you know what I'm saying, was already with that. But that's America, late, you know what I'm saying? So, right, most people think America, let me see how many people we got in the chat room before we even get cooking. And like I said, we're going to drop this link early, man. We got the sisters tuned in, man. Athena Cross, what's up with you, Shorty? Well, I see you, CK. New. What's good with you?
You took me by surprise with the topic. I think I've been out of the loop today. It's my birthday today, by the way. So,
Oh, happy birthday, man.
It's been a rough day, though, man. My job is just crazy, man. My job is crazy, man. I started work today at 4 o'clock in the morning this morning, man. So it's just been a wild day. But it's my birthday. I'm sitting out back. I'm chilling. I'm finna go in here and find some kind of bottle. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go downstairs, pop the fridge open, and see what. Choose a bottle, and get me a glass. Come out here, and we're gonna have a decent show today, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have a good one, man. Yeah, we need to have a.
So what sparked the topic though? Like I said, I've probably been out of the loop today.
I mean, you know, they overturned the bullshit, right?
Oh, did they actually do that today?
They actually did that. They actually did that.
And
yeah, they actually did that. Yeah, they actually did that, bro. Yeah, they really did that. And you know, I didn't expect that, but hell, we the least expected in America. Like hell, Donald Trump would end up being president of the United States. How you go figure that? Right? He just wasn't. That's America. He wasn't a traditional politician at all, right?
No.
Businessman. Yeah, I felt like he made some good decisions. There's some shit was just outright outlandish, just based off of the position you hold. It's a certain decorum you probably should have. And I could understand him going away from the decorum totally, but I couldn't understand him ushering in the nonsense he ushered in. The best thing I liked about him was this statement, you know, to Black people, you know what I'm saying? What you got to lose, right? That statement for me was said a lot. What you got to lose, right? He's a billionaire in North America. Been living here for what, 70-something years, right? Billionaire, had the best of everything. And this statement to Black people was, what you got to lose. So he's recognizing your condition, right? Right? He's recognizing all the shit you've been through, right? He's recognizing where you should be and where you're not. And to that he says, what you got to lose? Meaning, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck with me. And I think just to base off of our watches, Corey, our religious beliefs and our long-standing ideology about certain people and certain things, right? Our belief systems didn't allow us to take advantage of the shit we could have took advantage of. How about that? Because we were stuck on a certain way and a certain person, right? You be seeing people cheering for Biden. Goddamn gas $5. I don't know about you, Corey, but that $70 to fill up my little ass goddamn car is ridiculous, bro.
I mean, I drive truck. I don't. Everything that I drive, it takes at least $120 to fill up. That's that's the lowest. Like my Jeep, it takes $120 to fill that up. That's the smallest tank I got. Then it's a dump truck, after that. Then my company truck. I mean, it's a lot of, I go through a lot of gas per week, you know what I mean? I drive three different vehicles per day, you know what I mean? So yeah, gas is outrageous. It's outrageous.
The demo up is through the daggone roof. Man, it's through the roof.
And they say it's only, like next week, during the 4th of July weekend. What's up, Sheffer?
Yo.
It's supposed to be even worse. You know what I mean? They say in Indiana, it always, like, I don't know why, but Indiana always get the worst gas prices. It's gonna be probably like $7-8 here by the time like the 4th of July weekend.
Jesus.
Right now it's over $6.
Oh, when you added 6, I'm thinking we get close to. Oh man, I don't want to talk about it, man.
Yeah, I don't even look at this shit.
It's so crazy because I used to work. I did an addition to an oil refinery, and during that time, I was learning a lot about how economics go and shit. This was back in the 2008. You know what I'm saying? And so places that got oil refineries, I don't know why, but the gas is always higher. When the closer you are to an oil refinery, the higher the gas is. I don't know why that is. And I can take off down the street, right, headed towards Chicago, right, and you get so far out down 94, you can see the oil reserves. Like they got tanks, crude oil tanks, or I think the oil is refined. I don't think it's crude oil. I think it's refined oil tanks. That's the size of my property. Like the tank is the size of my property. I got it pretty nice. I'm sitting on like a half an acre. But yeah, they got tanks that's that size, and it's like they go forever. You see these tanks, and like these tanks go forever and ever and ever, man. And all of that's reserves. You know, the United States really don't. For a while,
we don't use our own oil, right?
Yeah, we wasn't using our own oil. We purchase the oil from somewhere else, and we export our oil and put most of it in reserves. So it's hard to understand, like, how they make these decisions with the prices. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. You know,
OPEC.
Yeah. CK, what's up, girl?
Peace. What y'all got going on up in here? Y'all ain't misbehaving tonight.
How did we get CK to join the panel?
Yeah,
what happened?
I wasn't busy.
What happened?
And we don't believe that. We're gonna leave it alone.
I think you over there fucking with Sean and them.
And what could I possibly be doing?
The moment we say something about Roe v. Wade, now you click. We say, all right, they ain't gonna be on Sean and them ass.
We tricked them. We really tricked them.
So I can get on that panel. What's up, CK? How you
been? That was clickbait, CK.
It was clickbait.
Yeah, we back on them niggas' asses.
Hey, do what y'all want to do. I have no control over none of that. All I can do is watch from a distance.
Whenever we fight,
serious. So long. You gonna come in serious and shit. Get out of here.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm always serious, even when I'm joking.
I'm kind of proud of CK though. Because normally when she going against it, she be passing notes and all that chatty lot. She learned how to do that shit in silence these days.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but hey, whatever conspiracy theory you need to spill to
You're not in the middle of it. You're not in the middle of it. You out of it. I see. That's all I was ever saying. Shit. Yeah, I mean, choose your side of the battle, but I don't want to hear about it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mad at you, Shorty. I ain't trying to get you in the number. I got you. How many people we got in the chat? I ain't doing. We're gonna drop that link in a minute. We got
no CK a riparian night, yo.
Yeah, she a
repairing night.
Man, we got 30 people watching.
What am I repairing? Bridges up in this feet?
You're a riparian night.
But anyways, what y'all been up to today? You been drinking yet, Corey? Drink one for me.
Yeah, you gonna get the birthday right. And we gonna drop that link soon as we get 40 people, man. So y'all gotta post the show. Come on, man. Mars, where y'all at, man? Post the show on Facebook, man. Let's get it popping, man. We got some things going, what we gonna do. Come on, CK. You gotta, come on, everybody gotta pull their weight now. This is what we doing, yo. We did serious about this. Right? We tightening the show up. Right? We ain't gonna.
I ain't got no titles, no book titles. We need to retire tonight. I got the fire going.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Get all your shit, and we're gonna tell you which ones to chuck in that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You got the fire. Do. Yeah, yo.
We can't be.
Yeah, do. Yeah, we gonna go with it, man.
So I have a serious question that I would love to ask the panel. Peace, by the way. Peace, by the way, to the panel in the chat. What you say?
I'm about to start the show. Go ahead, huh?
Oh, by all means, do you?
We ain't start this show yet. What I want to do is, before we even get cooking, I'm gonna put this anthropologist in. This is a good recommendation. You know, we do not believe in gods around here. Gods or goddesses and none of that. We ain't doing it. We ain't gonna play like it. We ain't gonna act like it. I wouldn't care if it was from the mountaintops of Kilimanjaro in the lowland of Australia. We ain't doing it, right? We're gonna take the anthropological view of the situation. But I would like to introduce first of all, let me put this expert, right? We like to deal with experts around here. I'm gonna throw this in the chat real quick, right? Then we're gonna get cooking. We're gonna get right into the Roe versus Wade decision. I'm gonna put the link in there, man, because I want the people to come on in here, man. Right? I want the sisters to dive in, right? We're gonna have a good, healthy discussion. And so what I'm doing is I want to share the screen with you. All right, before we want to always put good, healthy sources in it. Africans, Europeans, everybody waiting on certain conversations. Now the question is, why religion? So Robin Dunbar, Lane McDonald, right? Is a British anthropologist. That's important, right? Anthropologist is the scientific study of what? Humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, culture, societies, and linguistics, right? That's right there for you. In both the present and past, including past human species. There you have it, right? He's also an evolutionary psychologist, right? Psychologist, right? That's important. All right, that's the new field. That's what's cracking right now. And a specialist in primitive behavior. All right, he's a specialist in that. They say he is currently head of the Social and Evolutionary Neuroscience Research Group in the Department of Experimental Psychology at the University of Oxford. You know, you gotta say it like that, Oxford. All right. There you go. So we stop right there, right? Introduce the expert. There you have it on the subject. All right. If you got some comparable Africans, throw that in there. But for this moment in time, right, we're gonna fuck with this right here, this book right here. It's a good book. All right. You know, every show, right, we'll try to give you a text, okay, where you can kind of delve into it. I don't think it's got an auto book. CK, if you got this in a server, right, then it's in a server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all gotta make sure y'all join the PK server. All right, well, y'all can get this read, man. All right, here you go. How Religion Evolved and Why It Endures by Robin Dunbar. All right, he's not a flim flammer, a bim bam.
Oh no, not that book. My bad. It's the other book that he did.
Okay, what's the title of it?
Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind.
Okay, yeah, drop that link in that form. Y'all can find it in our server, yo. We're gonna be promoting the server real hard. We serious about this, man, and the cordial conversations. All right.
Oh yeah, that's the guy that wrote Sapien. Oh, that's serious, then.
Yeah, right. Yep. So I'm gonna do this real quick on page 1. We just do the little touch up, right? And it's gonna take us right into the Roe versus Wade. Now, trust me. Watch how we hook this together. All right. So it's right here. It says there has been a long-standing view dating back to the end of the 19th century that the history of religion compromises 2 major phases: an early animist phase and a later doctrinal phase. The term animist was coined by a mid-19th century. They say, but its use to describe the early phase of religion was really due to the British anthropologist Edward Taylor. In his 1871 book, Primitive Culture. The term derived from the recognition that many of the tribal peoples who had been encountered during the European exploration of the 18th and 19th centuries believed that other living organisms, as well as springs, rivers, mountains, and forests, were all imbued with spirits, anima, in the ancient Greek and Latin. So we got the community pushing you back to that phase. That is one of the oldest phases. Africa is an old place. It's the oldest place on earth where Homo sapiens derived. And it's the first rudiments of religion. It's the first rudiments of giving spirit to water and air and trees and all that, right? Because they didn't understand it. and they was trying to understand their world. But this way of thinking, this religious thinking carries on today. You're not going to get rid of it. And so as we stand on the day where abortion was overturned, you would ask yourself, was that a scientific decision? Was it using the scientific mind to make that decision? Or was that the religious mind? Black African power was good, was happening, a well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's PK in the house. Yeah, we come to do what we got to do, and we're going to do what we got to do. We standing tall, we standing strong. Man, PK in this piece. Man, what's up, Cosmic Corey? Concrete Corey? What it do? What it do? What it do?
Appreciate it, Unc, man. Not much, man. Enjoying a good weekend. It's my birthday. I want to shout out Miss Tiffany, Nusha, CK, Too Smooth, everybody that shot Tony, everybody that gave me a happy birthday, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all viewership and everything. You know, we're gonna kick off a good show today. It's a very touchy topic, something that's probably dear to all of our hearts. It kind of hits all of our living rooms and bedrooms alike. So let's get it in. You already know, a lie make it halfway around the world before the truth get out of bed and get its pants on. So let's get up and get it out.
Let's get up and get it out, man. Hey, CK, the poet, Pseudo Killer official. What it do? What it do? What it do?
You know what it is. Dagger and pseudos, fighting white supremacy, and of course, theocratic fascism.
Oh man.
Death to the pseudo.
Theocratic fascism. Right.
That's what we're experiencing right now is theocratic fascism.
Say that again.
Theocratic fascism in perfect fashion.
Right.
Wow. Hey, Chef and L, the source. What's good with you, Chef and L? What it do? What it do? What it do?
What's going on, everybody? What's happening? Happy birthday, Corey.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what's up. CK is on the panel. We didn't pull CK out of the woodwork. I don't know. She must gonna do something crazy tonight. She ain't been on the panel in about a month and a half. So I know she finna do something crazy. So I can't wait. And I'm just chilling. Yeah, man, go ahead and kick that information.
Yeah, man, we want to give y'all something, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all go to the Abjuware store, man. You know we rocking these real soft material, real comfortable.
Yeah. Just so y'all know, yeah, definitely. Pseudo Killas t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah.
Yeah, we see that, man. Coming at you for your birthday, Corey. Got you, man. All right, got you, man. Figure out what you want, man. But
yeah, go to Abjuware, man. Get some at Abjuware, man. Support who fuck with you. Like I'm saying, I like that, man. That's a good slogan right there, man.
Yeah, I ain't
go ahead.
Yeah, I ain't shouting at everybody out. I'm gonna shout out to Magi Arches, man. Go over there and like and subscribe to that channel right there, man. Magi Arches, man.
No doubt. Oh man, I wanted to say to Jonathan, that beat, I don't know if I told him this or not, but that beat to his intro is just nasty, man. That's a nasty ass beat. Crazy, man. Like, you got to get the Pseudo Killas something like that, man. Come on, man. You can't just be letting us sit out here like that, man. Come on.
What I learned is, man, it just gotta happen.
Right. It just gotta happen.
Yeah, you definitely ain't got enough money to ask him to do it. And
right.
Don't ask him to do it, man. You know,
you gotta have some money for one of them beats. I already know.
Yeah. By him
that's professional right there. That's an expert. See, that's what separates the experts from the amateurs right there. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I wanted to say, man. Shout out to Smash, man. Y'all go subscribe, man.
You just said it all, man. It's the difference between an expert and a goddamn amateur. You know what I'm saying? We used to being around him, man, but he's an expert, bro. And I don't make me pull the Wikipedia page. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can't ask me, yo, make a song for me. That shit's not gonna happen.
Right? Because you can do wishful, you can have wishful thinking and shit.
Wishful thinking.
Tell Smash to pull up on Kent.
Right. There you
got
go.
Some heat for that nigga.
Yeah.
He ain't the only nigga know how to rap around here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, tell him pull up.
Oh man. Yeah, you know, he had one of the first recorded battles, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. Y'all can go to his page, Smash Rockwell, Smash.
Oh, I seen it with him and the nigga in the studio.
Yeah, this shit was people falling outside.
Yeah, in the radio.
Matter of fact, on the Vlad video, what's the dude name? He's got an interview on that, man. I forget his goddamn. What's his name, man? God damn. Dell. Yep, I believe that's his name. Yep, he kind of talks about it, right? They talk about smashing them right on that on Vlad. Yep, recent interview, man. Yeah, talking about the rap battle.
What's up, sir?
Happy birthday. All that. So yeah, that's definitely one of the first ones right there, yo. The off the top of your head joint. You know what I mean? And look where it's at today. Man, that became a multi-million-dollar business. You know what I'm saying? Just off the top of your head. So that's interesting, man. He definitely was one of the first to do that, man. Shout out to him, man. So yeah, man, y'all got the link. Ain't nobody hit the damn link. What y'all doing? Everybody got the link, right? The conversation will start, and we waiting on people to hit the damn link, man. So for me, I was wondering, it's a lot of men that got their mouth in the situation real hard about saying what a woman should do and should not do. And I was just wondering if the Supreme Court came up with something like, well, if you got 2 kids already and you're in trouble in child support, you cannot have a third one. We're gonna snip you. You can no longer have children. And I wonder what men would think about that. If the Supreme Court ruled, right, that you can no longer release your semen, if a bunch of women voted on that, I wonder how men will feel. Trying to tell you what you should or should not do with your body, just because you got 2 kids already and they're on child support. It would be a lot of outrage now, wouldn't it? It would be a very, very interesting scenario, I would think so, if a bunch of women was telling you what you could do and what you could not do with your body. It would be outrage now, wouldn't it? It certainly would be. So I find it just amazing, right? That they would actually overturn that situation. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what mind was it that thought of that. It would have to have been a religious mind, right? What's the value behind telling people just practice abstinence as opposed to teaching sex education classes, educating them on what it really is and what it really ain't, and the value of contraceptives? They already did the studies, all right? They did the studies for sure. And in the places, I think it was Michigan, down in your area, Cosmic Corey, where they was talking about abstinence, and that was the way to go, right? They asked the teenagers actually had more children. It's crazy because they wasn't teaching them about birth control. Okay, it's just like in drug-infested communities where they don't want to give out needles. You know what I'm saying? Like they get away from the science. All right, like you got to give drug addicts clean needles. And they say, well, that supports drugs. No, that supports the science of if you're giving them clean needles, that's going to help curb the quote unquote spread of AIDS. And so they did that. And you give out condoms and you educate on it. So education is always the best piece, but proper education. But when you come to religious doctrine, read the Bible, don't have sex before you get married, it's all in the Bible. All that sounds good on paper, but does it really work? No, it doesn't. So trying to tell a woman that she can no longer get a safe abortion, right? What is that? Was the God say, "Thou shalt not kill"? It's a religious mind. There are a lot of different situations that a woman would have to get an abortion. Some you may like, some you may not like. But it's the religious mind that tell you what you can't do. But like I said earlier, that's America. And I just find the whole situation for somebody gonna jump up here and try to explain exactly what a woman should do or should not do. And I know it's coming, right? I know it's coming. Sosa, what it do, what it do, what it do? King Sosa, what's good, brother? I see you popped up. What's up with you?
Not much, man. Popping through for the regular rigmarole.
Popping through.
Yeah, I saw Roe versus Wade, science and religion. So I was trying to see what angle y'all was taking on it.
Yeah, you got it. Like the religious mind gonna always vote against abortion. Don't get an abortion. You shouldn't do it because the guy, the vet.
Yeah. It's still gonna be now it's gonna be up to the states. I know about 13 states. Once they pass it, instantaneously that ban went into effect in about 13 states. But now, you know what I mean, now certain states gonna have the right to allow it or disallow it.
That's good. So they letting the states, it's like the weed thing, they letting the states make the choice.
Pretty much, yeah, something like the weed thing. Yeah,
but then some places, so you're gonna have to drive. You had to drive to a state. Like it's all just too much. Yeah, I think it's all too much, man. But I mean, what you gonna say, man? So I see you on here, Miss Tiffany. How you doing? What's on your mind? We got the first sister in the building. To hit that daggone link. What's good?
Good.
What it do? How you feeling? How you
I'm
feeling today?
chilling. I'm cool. I never thought that this would go down, but it did. It's very interesting. And I just wonder if people are even considering all the ramifications of it, all the far-reaching ramifications, because it's almost been 50 years since, it has been upheld. So none of us, unless outside of our parents and the grandparents, have actually lived in a world where this wasn't something that was women weren't able to do. So it is kind of like we're rewinding time. And it's just weird to think about that in the context of 2022. So.
Yeah, it's like hanging somebody because they're homosexual. It'd be that type of shit, right? Mm-hmm. That type of thinking, that type of religious thinking. Crazy. Evil. It's evil act you're doing. Yeah.
So and you gotta think about how it's gonna possible trickle down. Like okay, abortion's overturned. What about birth control? You understand me? What about Plan B? The morning after pill. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of other ramifications that could come down the line and be a domino effect, all because that one piece fell. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or worse.
Right.
What a lot of people are definitely not talking about, because even though, yes, this is going to affect 90%, 95% women, but this is also going to affect the men. The same men that were just complaining about how they don't want to pay child support, that they feel like that, if the women want to keep the kid and I didn't want to keep the kid and they didn't want to get an abortion, I shouldn't have to pay child support. Guess what? These states just made it mandatory for you to now to have to pay child support.
That part.
Oh, what happens then against CK? What they do?
But I'm just saying, like, it is like just because you have sex with a woman and she decides to keep the kid, and now she can't get an abortion now because it's illegal in her state. guess what? You're gonna have to pay child support now.
Unless they're willing to go march on Washington for their right not
Yeah.
to, right?
Unless you drive to a state that has abortion.
Right.
Which
I
that's
mean, of
not
course,
gonna
some
happen.
some
And
people are
then
going
if
to
I
do that.
report you,
Only rich people are gonna be able to afford to do that.
That's funny, yo.
In general, I would say. Yeah.
Middle class people too, I would say. But
Yeah.
and then they like they got it to where like if somebody find out that you did that, like you went to another state and got an abortion, like they can file charges on you in your state,
Yeah,
in your
that's a
home
state like
state.
that in Texas.
What?
Yeah,
What happened?
yeah.
What?
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Texas,
It's wild.
they passed that a few months back.
Mm.
Yeah, particular states got it's gonna get crazy.
But I hope
do
people
y'all
realize.
so my thing is do you think that it's going to curb people's behavior? Because
No.
remember, I just said we've been living under this for almost 50 years. So we people just been able to do what they want to do. You think people are going to it's going to be a large learning curve, but do you think that a great majority of people will think twice about having careless and reckless sex because of it?
Nope.
No, I think the same rate of reckless and careless sex is going to still happen at the same rate. The only difference is now you're going to start to have these back alley abortions.
Right. Are you now you're putting women in a position with children that they may not want, and then they got the repercussions of a child being raised in that type of environment. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, we're going to have more children being born, no matter how.
Yep.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Mhm.
And guess what? It's going to increase poverty.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a
right.
fact. That's
And
a fact.
there's all of this benefits
And
the
crime.
rich
And crime.
Oh, that's a
and
fact.
crime. Because the rich, they need more people to exploit to work in their factories to make them rich.
Really?
And then the people that wanted to pass this shit, they're white supremacists. So they believe in that, great replacement theory.
Well, that's not gonna work. In
Everybody on the panel think that abortion is okay.
Yeah, I mean, but hold on,
I think that women should have the right to choose.
Let me say one quick, because I know y'all about to set it off with that.
Hey, set it off by suggestion.
Yeah, I think that would work against white folks, because now, the poor, the underprivileged is not going to be able to get the abortion, while the middle class, and so now the more people who have wealth will be able to get those abortions. It's only the poor, you know what I mean, that's not going to be able to get it. So that birth rate is going to increase there amongst people in poverty versus middle class and upper class.
Right.
Go ahead, that good guy. You can set it off.
Don't forget, this is not about state rights. This is about power, control, and hate.
I just have a question. Do a man have a say so?
What say so do you want?
That's the wrong question, Miss Tiffany.
No, I mean, this has already happened. So what say so is he referring to? I'm curious.
Yeah, that's gone.
Because it takes two to impregnate or get a woman pregnant to have sex. So a man have no say so, and
he does. He has a say so. If he wants to lay down with a woman, he should sleep with a woman he's willing to have a baby with. That's the choice.
It's all solely up to her if she chooses to have the abortion or not.
Yes.
Well, unless men are willing to go fight for their right to choose, you can't keep asking just out there like that. You have to take these things to the highest courts of the land. If men want to rally together and say we want to have a right to say something about my particular person's abortion in my life, then that's something y'all gotta go fight for. But until then, this is what we have. Yeah, but your choice is whether or not you're going to sleep with that woman. That's the choice.
Yeah, it's already been banned, though, so you don't even got to worry about that no more, bro.
No, I mean, I'm in a state like New York, so that don't really matter. It's not federally banned.
I think New York. You don't think so? You're saying New York is not going to follow suit? I know. I got to see.
It goes according to the states now. The federal government, they left it to the states. Right. So now that they left it in the hands of the states. So do y'all think it's right for a man to have a say so to a woman if she has an abortion?
Yes. I say yes. The moment that we can have control over what you can and can't do with your body, sure.
Right, that part.
What is that in the back? What does that know?
I just think the choice is you gotta be mindful of who you're willing
I really
to
just feel like it's
with.
just
I don't know why
privilege,
that's such a big deal.
This is no different than like white
Whoa,
privilege.
CK, relax. You talking over her. Come on, I want to hear what y'all gonna say.
Apologies.
I'm just reiterating. I don't know why men don't realize their choice starts with who they are choosing to have sex with. Like, why sleep with a woman that you're not willing to have a child with? Because it can happen. The chances of it happening are just gonna always be there. But you know, that's the choice.
Can I say something about that? Because when a woman go to a
hold on for a minute, please. CK was saying something. You can go next.
All I was saying is privilege, son. Like people, it's like how Chef said a few months back when he said when people lack empathy and sympathy, like they don't see things from other people's perspective. Yo, you're not going through 9 months of pregnancy. You're not going through the hormonal changes. You're not going through the 10-ish plus hours of labor. You are not the one that has the possibility of going through what's called postpartum psychosis. I dropped a documentary on that in the MBK Discord server a few weeks ago. So I might actually go get that and drop it in our YouTube chat so people can watch that. You don't have to go through none of that. So no, you don't have no control over what a woman does and does not do with her body. You will be okay.
Go ahead, brother.
So do we know the statistics on why do women have abortions in the first place? And number two, where else was going with that? Well, that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Why do we have abortions?
On why? That ain't even you gotta frame that question a little bit better than that.
Why does the why even matter?
Yeah, why does it matter? Because they choose.
Why does it? So killing is so killing is you shouldn't ask why. So murder and killing is all the same.
Yeah, where was this passion that you have for a life and people killing? Where was this passion when our United States government is definitely participating in coups in Africa?
I know
Black people are dying. They're providing weapons to, the Saudi Arabians while they're committing genocide in Yemen. Yes, providing weapons and money to Israel as they're committing apartheid and might as well call it motherfucking genocide against the Palestinians. Let's not forget our lovely war on terror in the Middle East. Was that shit successful? A gang of people died, son. And I ain't even talk about the shit that's been happening in the United States.
Yeah, CK, I could talk about all that, but I thought we was talking about
and then who gonna pay for them?
I'm saying you're a hypocrite. That's what I'm saying. You really don't care about life.
I'm a hypocrite when I thought we was sticking on one topic. I could go on to other topics, but I thought we were sticking on you want me to go to the other topics? So I could talk about why Russia.
I want to ask you a question though, bro. Can I ask a question? It's like, because we say, oh, these women, you know, they killing these babies by having these abortions, right? But who the one who's volunteering to take care of these babies once these babies is born? Then we like, where they mama at? Where they daddy at? We ain't arguing about, oh, who gonna take care of them. It's not about pro-life. Y'all about pro-birth, not necessarily pro-life, because once the life is born, then everybody turn their back on the life. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not a Republican,
gives a shit about how the kid grow up or what the circumstances is of the kid. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one. We're not even gonna get into the health issues that giving birth.
Whoa! We going with that?
Is a very risky thing that
now.
Women yes, right now. You know the mortality. Have you done any studies on this?
Yeah, I know the mortality, but are you saying that like is it worse now than it was back in the days?
So if it's between you and a baby and a baby coming out the head of your dick, right? Which one you gonna choose? Between you and the baby coming out of the head.
It's just real scientific.
One of y'all gotta die.
Right now?
No, yeah, I'm asking.
Oh, you're talking about me?
One of y'all gotta die. One of y'all gotta die.
So
if you
just
or
think
the baby,
about that
which
concept.
one?
Just think about that concept.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm thinking about that logical concept.
You or the baby gotta die. Which one gonna die?
Which one gonna die?
Yeah.
If it was up to me,
Yeah.
I was saying, let me die, let the baby live. What's wrong with you?
Okay, that's your choice. That's your choice. You made that choice, right?
Right.
Shouldn't everybody have
more
a choice
than what a woman is getting?
Shouldn't everybody
No,
have
but
the
we're
luxury
talking
to
about
choose?
we're talking about somebody's going to do something when they have that. They're the only person to have that sole choice. When before that, the choice that they make and then to kill something that they went in a partnership with somebody with.
And then when you said, well, it'll be me. I die.
No, because
you made that so simple. But what about your other kids at home? What about your wife?
I'm talking about you gave me an example.
I'm asking. I'm saying like, have you thought about?
And I gave you the answer.
I'm saying, have you thought about those things? Because that's what women.
No.
Those are the things that women have to face on a day-to-day basis.
You can't say that when they have multiple abortions. So you can't say that when they have multiple.
People don't have abortions for fun, bro. They don't have abortions for fun.
So hold on. So you're telling me women don't just use abortion as birth control?
No, that's
cares
false.
If they do?
That's a crazy.
No,
that's
not cool.
That's crazy, and it ain't even. It's not even.
They're not even
able to do it. They're not even able. It's not even physically.
What do you do?
They're not even physically. You will die if you have too many abortions. This is why women have to go through DNCs and after abortion. You ain't been through this kind of shit, have you?
I haven't. What are you talking
See, that's
about?
well. How
can I go through abortion? Like, what are you saying?
I've been through a situation with my wife, right?
And I've been through these situations. The mother of my children.
Okay, so you should have a better understanding of it.
And I do have an understanding. So I have an understanding when they have a miscarriage, and I have an understanding when they have an abortion, and then I have an understanding of both of them. So I have an understanding of what goes on in their mental state of both times. So I do have an understanding. The person I'm with particularly only want to talk about when they have the abortion or the miscarriage. So I particularly talk about what's going on in my life. Hold on, let me finish. So I could say that I know what's going on. I could say I have an anecdotal experience, yes, but it's my experience, and I could tell you how I feel.
So the women that you've met so far have used abortion as birth control.
I'm talking about my life experience on the one woman that I'm with.
I'm asking you that. That's what I'm asking.
No, I'm talking about what happened.
What happened?
You didn't listen. I showed you the difference, but a woman have a miscarriage and she have an abortion, and she only really pertains and sticks on the abortion when it happened. What I'm saying? I'm talking about my situation. Some people just only want to stick on one thing. They only want to talk about what they want to talk about. They only want to feel.
You want to talk about a miscarriage, yo?
Do you know the difference?
No, it tells the difference. Hold on, it tells the difference.
No, I know once something happened biologically. I don't know what the difference is biologically. Once something happened to their body biologically, that the body rejects the baby of some type.
So how does this fit in this conversation?
Because I'm talking about my situation.
And your situation has nothing to do with an abortion, does it?
Yes, it does have something to do with abortion because the mother of my
rest
children.
Of the world.
Hold on, CK. I'm trying to get you to real.
The mother of my children had abortion.
And life still goes on.
You still got children.
You can have another one if you want to later.
You still got children, right?
And so that's what I was saying. That's my point.
So then what's your problem? Why did she have an abortion? She had an abortion because of what? Was you a piece of shit dad? What was it? Tell us.
No, I'm not a piece of shit dad.
So why would you do that?
Because she chose to.
Why?
That's my point.
What part of this scenario wasn't you ready for?
She did it for fun.
Because if you had it, look, if the nigga had it, if he was where he's supposed to be.
It was 2 children back to back.
Nah, suppose you had the bread you supposed to have and was doing what you supposed to do. You can have as many children as you want. Ain't that the truth, bro? So it was somewhere you was deficient. Had to have been, bro.
Oh, so you gonna bring it on me? Yeah. All right. It was my fault. I look, 100% my fault.
Thank you.
All right. Now what?
Just
now what? But the life is gone.
Because if she was, because one thing about women, they look for security, right?
That's right.
If she was secure, she would have been like, you know what, we having that mother.
If you had in a 1-bedroom apartment,
But
dog.
the thing is, we had children after that, so
Was it a 1-bedroom apartment?
No, we live in a 3-bedroom apartment. What are you making? You're not making any sense right now.
All right, so it's a 3. All right, so you was almost 4. What you talking?
You're not making any sense. What I'm saying is that we had children after that. So what are y'all talking about?
Right. So then,
Okay, so this you're complaining for literally no reason.
I'm complaining. Hold on. So this is my point. I'm bringing the point to light, and then y'all saying I'm complaining.
You're not complaining. Go ahead, yo. For a
It's
guy that had abortion.
This is the pure definition of complaining, and then turning around and saying that you're not complaining.
How am I complaining? I'm telling you what happened.
You saying bro, you shouldn't be allowed to have an abortion without a man having to say so, but I'm not complaining.
I know. I say
my woman had an abortion,
question,
but I'm not.
I said.
Give her the money for that abortion, brother.
We still have more kids later on, but I'm not complaining.
Hold on.
Hold on. I think that you're all bullying this guy, you know.
Honestly, I am. I'll take responsibility for that. I am.
Never bully me. I'm a grown ass man.
What I'm getting from him is that he has never reconciled the first abortion, and need to go and get
psychologist now, yo.
No,
I don't think that. I don't think that.
No. Let's get this straight. The pain in your voice. I don't think that people know what they're doing when they lay down with people. So if a woman get up and have an abortion, you chose to do that. You chose to kill her life. That's your decision.
Wait,
a man don't have.
You didn't answer the question, yo. Did you give her money towards that, or she just snuck off on you? What? We want to know the details.
No, I did not give no money to her. I will never give no money towards abortion.
Do you forgive her for it, yo?
Forgive her for it? I mean, what can I do? No,
you had to. You had 2 more kids after that.
Yeah, obviously I do.
Come on.
But I'm talking about the conversation about abortion. That's the conversation.
I get it. You feel like you didn't have no say in the matter. Basically.
No, yeah, men don't have no say in the matter. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, because you ain't got no baby in your body in the matter. That's
God. You're not making any sense though.
I'm trying to tell you,
they're not walking around here like Mary though.
I didn't say that. What I'm trying to tell you is, listen, I got to boil it down. I was having fun with you, yo, for real. I get the experience of a woman going through that. And it's not a good experience. So I'm not sitting here fronting, right? What I will say is men, right? Since men aren't going to lose their life in childbirth, then we need to shut the hell up. Your life is not on the line. And if your life is not on the line, you can't tell another person to put their life on the line, no matter what you think. That's all I'm saying, bro. Your life is not on the line one way or the other.
Can I rebut that, please?
And it's about.
You
Can I
know
rebut that statement, please?
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Can I rebut that statement? The purpose, a man's primary purpose, a man's primary existence is the ability to pass on his genes. That's a man's primary existence. And to many men out there, not having a say or seeing that the opportunity was taken from them can have deep psychological effect.
I mean, listen, you have a say, but that doesn't mean the person have to take your opinion. It's about. Hold on, let me explain it to you, right?
Why don't you rewind it though? You gonna go past that point?
In psychology, they call it. It's about cost, right? So as a man, they would say, well, what's the least thing a man can do to have a baby, right? Just ejaculate sperm into a woman. That's the least that he can do, right? The least amount of work that can be done, right? Now, what's the least amount of work that can be done for a woman to have a baby? 9 months. See what I'm saying? So the cost value for the man is not comparable to the cost value for a woman to have a baby.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
What about what I just said wasn't true?
The least cost of a man is to have a baby.
What's the least a man can do to have a baby?
The least a man can do to have a baby, first, he has to attract a woman who is
no. Forget about all that.
Actually, you don't even have to do that.
I'm talking about
nature sperm to a bank.
That's stupid. You're muddying the conversation. I'm talking about the act of having a child. All that other stuff is implied. The act of having a child. I can.
But that's not implied, because guess what? If we do the statistic, 30% of Black men do not have children.
Stupid. That's irrelevant to what I just said, bro. The least a man can do, you can walk out the house right now, sperminate a woman and walk away.
Yep. No, but
that's
then why
that's
30%
the least
of black men don't have children? Then why 30%? If that was the least that could be done, why is it that we have 30% of black men who do not have children?
That doesn't matter. What it has to do with the least amount of work that can be done, bro?
Because it cannot be the least. Because if it was the least, more black men, 30% is a third of black men do not have. I
don't understand how you're like.
That's a real statistic, because that's great. I didn't know that's 2 P's. If that's a real statistic, that's pretty crazy. That kind of
but even those 30% of black men that choose
do not have children.
Yeah, but
that will not have children.
But right, but
though you feel sorry for black men?
Yeah, he's talking about the men that don't have children. I'm talking about the least work you can do to have a baby.
But it cannot be.
You don't feel nothing about that.
Man, I'll just
hold on for a minute.
I'll send you the psychologist study on that shit. Like, he be arguing shit that's just not even debatable.
Look, listen, man, we're not gonna sit up here and act like there's some type of emotional attachment to something, to a baby that you haven't even met yet. We're not gonna play this game. As men, we're not gonna sit and act like that. The emotional attachment comes when you grab that baby, yo, when you grab him, you be like, ah, but before that point, yo, you be hoping, you be like, yo, I wanted to be healthy. I want to have 10 fingers and 10 toes and be healthy. No problem. You be like, yeah. But you don't be, man, it's different for a woman, yo, like when they lose a piece of them, bro, it's an emotional attachment that is real, bro, because it's been nourishing off of her. That's a hell of a decision for any woman to fucking make, yo. And I'm saying no man who life not on the line, this shit ain't slick, bro. Like, we can act, I got emotional attachment. How many niggas is sitting back thinking about abortions that happened 20 years down the line, bro? Really? You find me a guy, I show you a sucker. That ain't making no sense. But you got women who understand and experience and they stay with them for the rest of their fucking life, bro. So we're not gonna play the little cream puff guy who's 30 years later commits suicide because of that. That's bananas for me. I ain't even believing that. I'm sure, since we're not speaking absolutes, that there's some person out there, some guy, you know what I'm saying, that run and jump off a bridge because of it. And I'm not making light of suicide. I'm simply saying at a certain point, men gotta just knock it off, bro. And I ain't saying being tough is it. I'm saying, bro, that attachment comes from men, right? When you see your seed and you take care of it, that's when that attachment comes. The attachment from the woman comes when she feel the baby moving, that's an attachment, bro. We not feeding it, we not doing none of that. Our attachment is to the woman. We care for her and what happens to her. That's our attachment emotionally. How you gonna be emotionally attached to something that you don't even know yet, man? Like, I'm not playing that game. Maybe we need some scientific studies to show that most black men are distraught. Well, the niggas need to take care of their damn children then. See, I ain't believing all that. See, you almost had me there, bro. Niggas don't be paying. Hold on, bro. Let me get this straight. For all the black men that care that goddamn much, why y'all ain't taking care of your fucking children?
Show me that we're not taking care of our children.
Right? Take care of your children like you're supposed to.
Wait, do we need to pull up statistics on a child support?
You have to do that.
I'm just saying, so I don't want to hear that shit about, yeah. But how about taking care of them kids? I'm taking care of all fucking minds.
Yeah, right? Me too.
Simple as that. So I don't want to hear that. Now black men got to step up.
Men are into things, women are into people. Yes, we know that. But we're talking about why there's such a big difference between, poor communities. They have so much more abortions than rich communities. It's just why?
Well, that's education.
Education.
That's education. That's just the more education people have, they tend to have less children and they tend to have children later on in life.
More people on Medicaid get abortions than people who have to pay for it out of their pocket.
Okay, well, more people on Medicaid or lower classes of people, right or wrong?
You're right. I'm just stating facts.
So it's education. So that's what I'm concerned about with this thing being overturned. These large communities of people who haven't been educated, and how this could, because I think Corey said at the beginning, there are certain abortions that were in place to happen that will no longer be able to take place. So the learning curve to understand this new world we're living in, it's gonna be rough for a lot of our communities around the country because of lack of education.
And money.
And money.
And the resources.
Hold on. Are we past the poverty? Like, are we still below poverty? Like, I thought we was like $15 minimum wage now.
Huh?
I thought we was progressing.
Wait a minute, you're
somewhere.
besting poverty on the minimum wage?
No, I'm
Have you even attempted to like type in your phone, like, you know, what is the average wage of the United States citizen? You know what I mean? And then look at the cost of things.
No, what I'm saying is that
are you completely forgetting that we?
Not to mention we're going through inflation.
When they was more poor back in the days. We have more money now.
And it's even worse now. You don't see people out here protesting, son.
People
rent don't went up. People rent went up. People don't got put out of their house, son. People have lost their mother flipping jobs, son. People are protesting because they're not getting paid enough. While everything is going up around them, while these corporations are making record mother flipping profits, and these politicians ain't doing shit about these corporations overcharging us while they are making record profits, while people are suffering, yo. But yet, you want to turn around and force a woman to have an abortion because you want to force your theocratic fucking fascism.
No, I'm trying to understand the logic.
Secondly, last thing. Secondly, you want to force a woman to have a baby that we can't take care of anyways. And then on top of that, let's not forget that, oh shit, I lost my train of thought that quick. God damn it. I was right there.
Smoking weed. Stop smoking weed.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I was basically just saying that, yo, people are struggling financially, son. And these corporations that we work for, they do not have to pay us for maternity leave. That shit is not required. A lot of these jobs that people work for do not even have that, yo. None of us, Medicare for all is not a thing. Most people can't even afford to go to the damn doctor. But yet you want to force people to have a kid that requires a lot of medical attention that you can't even flip and afford.
I'm trying to understand what your concern is about the poverty piece. What is your question? I'm unclear.
Because we all know that most Black people live in 11 states. We live in big cities, big states. Most likely, we live in a blue state. So this is not going to be a real problem for us. Most likely. I said most Black people live in 11 states. We live in big cities. Like New York, like California.
But what's New York's policy?
What's the rent in New York? What's that looking like?
Exactly, but
they're likely to change in New York. They're likely to change.
New York is not going to change.
Yeah, but there's 13 states that took effect now, and
they're one of the
and there are about 26 states that they expect to follow suit within the next year.
Because I'm trying to understand Tiffany's point. I'm trying to understand Tiffany's point. Because back in the days, they had less money with less abortion. Now we have more money, more abortion. You saying it's about poverty?
No, we
have more people.
There are more people. Yeah, you can't just look at them. You gotta go in deep into the number and just saying there's more.
That is also untrue. That is also untrue.
It's untrue that we have more people.
No. They have more people. But the problem is that, let's look at it. And I need to go back to my original.
What is untrue though, stupid?
I know, stupid to say you're wrong, and then he'll just go off.
He's going to say
what is untrue?
What is untrue is that resources. Is that
no? She said that there are more people, and that's why they're more. You said that is untrue.
Yeah, there's more people. All right, there's more people. All right,
there's more people. Yeah, like I said, we've been living in a world where we've just been able to have abortions for almost 50 years, right? Yeah, now we're in 2022. We all see what's happening to the economy. We all see what's happened these last 2 years, and now we're in, going through inflation, where even though some people are making $15 an hour, it doesn't even mean anything because everything costs so much more.
Yeah, but also with that is that the same people, if I go back to my sentence, that's the point I want to talk about, because I want to take it back. Only 61% of men are fathers. That is 6 in 10. That is 3 in 5, right? That means most of these men having children with multiple women, because more women are mothers than men are not fathers. About 80% of all women are mothers, right? So therefore, these men have to be sharing the resources through multiple women and family. If you look at the ratio of who having children, that can be a catalyst.
So
because
we need some real some sources for that. All you saying?
Hold on, Sweet Pea. I'm trying to get some points. You keep saying how many men don't have what?
61% of men don't have children.
They do.
No. 61% of men have children. You know?
Yeah, only 61% of men have children.
If that's true, I'm just repeating.
I'm saying, okay, and what
Bureau of
Census
saying?
What you saying? Though? I'm trying to get out.
That means that when women complain of economic situation, half of the time is men with multiple children have to fight economically to be supporting children, because it's 61% of men having most of the children.
So what is your point?
Yeah.
Those 61% of men need to work harder?
No, that we need to diversify who having children with.
Hell no.
Oh God. Sorry.
It can't
So
be
Sweet Pea, do you think I'm up here actually advocating for like abortions? I'm actually not. I'm advocating for the woman to make the decision with her body.
So I think that's what stupid,
right? And of course, I would like to have some say in the matter, of course, right? But the reality is, I'm advocating for women to have their own choice, because they the only ones can lose their life in that situation. I gotta stand on that, yo. I ain't gonna tell you what to do if you can lose your life. That's crazy, yo. Like I ain't doing it.
I am pro-choice, because I acknowledge that there's even correlation between abortion and crime. There's a lot of correlation out there, right?
On abortion and what?
Crime.
What you saying? What you think?
Basically, what he's trying to say is that all these people that are so anti-abortion and so anti-pro-choice, you mother flowers, I better not hear none of you mother flowers complain about increased crime. I don't want you to complain about, why are there so many people in the criminal justice system? Why are all these people breaking into my house, stealing my car, breaking into the grocery store? I don't want to hear shit.
Wait, I'm not a Republican. Stop crime. What are we saying here, man? Let me get away.
I'm saying when a gang of people have kids, they can't take care of people. Get desperate. They resort to criminal behavior to take care of themselves
and the children also resort.
And the children themselves. Our education system is going down. They keep siphoning money from the education department.
Wait.
I don't believe that now. Y'all going wait.
Hold on.
Wait. Right. So you tell do okay, I'm gonna try to be nice. I'm gonna try to be nice. Dude, you have a literal supercomputer in your hand. Just type in your search bar. Are they reducing the budget for the educational assistance? What'd you say?
Look, that's
Freakonomics. Look up Freakonomics abortion.
Come on, Stupies. I'm trying to calm it down. You howl out in your native voice.
Oh no, I might be passionate, but I am very much.
Listen, everybody, calm down. We said a whole lot of stuff here. Now, at this point, we're gonna need some sources for something. Did somebody just say that the crime rate is lower when you have abortions? Did I hear that, or am I just flipping over here?
Yes.
No, I think I remember that study.
Hold on. Who's saying that? You saying that, Stupies? You saying that more abortions, lower crime?
Yes.
I remember that study, Stupies.
Oh, Max and Stupies, huh?
Yes.
It could play a role in it. Probably.
What you saying? More abortions, less crime.
Yes,
that's what we
like. No, y'all not gonna talk.
Hold on,
I don't believe you.
He can pull it up, but I remember the study, Stupies, and I believe that study was falsified.
It wasn't falsified.
There was some error.
Come on, Stupies.
Yeah, there was, bro. It was.
Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen.
Wait, I'm confused, Stupies. So you saying? So are you for or against it? What are you saying?
I said no. I'm pro-choice. I am pro-choice, but I am pro. A choice that they make an educated choice. That's what I'm from. That's what I'm for.
So what's the statement about more abortions, less crime? Why you throw that? What that got to do with the pro?
That's true. That's true. No, but it don't. Pro-choice mean that a woman right to choose, right? But I'm telling you that abortion reduces crime.
Man, that sounds so wild, yo. So just kill a nigga for. Let me stop.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right.
Well, they
Yes.
say that
We
it's
need
been
that
19
You know the
19
clock, some
billion.
street
Okay.
The clock.
Okay. Take off the screen. Take off the screen and let me show it.
This is right here. I'm telling you, this is right here, bro. And then when you get to the strong reactions, like I said before, new study claims abortion is behind decreased crime, right? That's what you're talking about.
That sounds crazy to me.
Right? This is what they did a study in January 2000. Right around there, right? Okay? And they're making the arguments right here. They're making the argument demographic against abortion, right? And then here are the strong reaction. It just moves that question where this research leads. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of go into that, and they talk about some of the fundamental flaws in the analysis in doing it that way. You know, it's kind of subjective.
Y'all vet this website though.
Now you can choose.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the study is a study. That's whether this. I remember the study, CPs. Like they've spoken about it.
Because I remember we talk about it already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm familiar with the study. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, because I'm seeing some names on this paper that's suspect.
What?
That's why I said that y'all vet this site.
Okay. Let me share this.
It doesn't matter the sites, CPs. I remember the study being done because I read about it. That's why when he said it, I wasn't shocked by it at all.
Because I said it already. Anybody who know me know that I've said it already. Let me share this screen.
So does it reduce the rate?
Criminologists have all
drug habits too while you at it, yo? Like, come on, man.
Listen, what they have proven that states who the crime drop in the 80s was directly correlated to abortion. States who introduced abortion 3 years earlier had crime drops 3 years earlier than states who didn't introduce abortion until 3 years' time. It shows a direct correlation.
Criminologists have also weighed in. What criminologists?
This is not a side. This is the
I want to see what you reading. Let me see the website first of all. Let me get this right. Hold on. Slow it down, guys.
Now, I'm just going to say I semi-agree with CP that it could play a role.
It's prb.org. Like I said, if you don't like the website, find another website. But the studies.
Let me share mine.
It's not a fake study, bro, because I remember the study, bro.
Oh, I thought you switched. I thought that was CP.
Yeah, you can go to another one.
So what did it say right here? Criminologists say what? But you were saying what about it? That wasn't necessarily true.
They question the methodology used in it. So
all right. So what we got right here? What's this?
This is from the book Free Economics, right? Steve Sealer and John Crawford.
Stephen D. Levitt.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
Step one: 5 states legalized abortion 3 years before it was
legal. You know how
crime started falling years earlier in these states.
Who is Stephen D? Yo, who's the guy? Yo, he's just
he's an author.
Is he a dude from the conscious community? Like who is he?
No. He wrote this book, Free Economics.
Okay, so that's
he wrote the book Free Economics.
That's his author's page.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Right, and if you look at number 1, 5 states that legalized abortion 3 years before Roe versus Wade. Crime started falling 3 years earlier in these states, with property crime done by younger people falling before violent crime.
Yeah, that's the same thing I had, but it just gives both sides of the story. Everything that you just read is in what I just showed.
Right,
but they're giving a critique of the methodology that was used. Do they have a critique in that, or that's just the book that he wrote on hypothesis?
Hey man,
the Donahue-Levitt hypothesis.
Pull them up. I'm not playing with y'all.
Look at Donahue-Levitt. Donahue-Levitt.
Yeah.
Can I add one caveat to this?
Yes.
Wait, economist. What's the name of the study, yo? He studies economy, yo. What is the name of the studies they use? That's how we do this, yo.
They tell you what they use. They look at the drop in crime after the abortion, after about 20 years.
And they look at it in different countries, and it's all correlated.
In the article I showed, they got the timing, they got the magnitude, they got pervasiveness, all that.
Canada, Australia, Romania, every other country that legalized abortion. Almost 20 years, 17, 20 years later, crime reduced 30%.
Yeah, but that's why you have to read the
reduce it.
No, you got to read the counter. You have to read the counter argument. That's why I was showing you the counter argument to what they were saying.
The counter argument, yo. All right, so we heard you. Crime rate going drop. So now you saying everybody gun up?
This guy know. But I just wanted to add one thing to what Stu Pease is showing here, that another thing that I think that might be missing too as well is probably when they also allowed abortion in those states, they probably added a lot of social programs as well that played a role in the reduction in crime. Because the study that I dropped in our back chat, I tagged you to it. It talks about the main reasons that answers this other guy's question that's on the panel in here as to why women make the decision to get an abortion. And it kind of correlates to what Stu Pease is saying. One of the main reasons that women choose not to get an abortion is because they can't afford it. They can't afford to take care of the kid, basically.
And what I just showed in that study, Stu Pease, and I'll read it, and it says that they're probably onto something. They said abortion may be relevant, but it's a much more complicated story than we're able to deal with. And that says Blumstein. He noted that the researchers had not accounted for factors such as the changing prevalence of handguns and changing drug markets. He also noted that researchers should have disaggregated crime by single year of age. One would expect that if the abortion argument were the case, there would be a sequence of peaks in successive age cohorts. But in 1994, everyone started down at all ages. You see what I'm saying? That's why you can't just, you got to read the pros and cons, even when there's a study, bro.
Listen, there's a direct correlation. But remember that these people, the people who wrote your paper are anti-abortion. The people who wrote your paper are anti-abortion. But there's a direct correlation, and we cannot deny that. We cannot deny the direct correlation.
If we say we cannot deny it, then
it might not be to the extent of what some people want to put it.
So the arguments that he made is just bullshit. He
gave
a reasoning as to why, and he said you may be on something, and it may be relevant, but there are other factors that they're not considering. So you figure that's all. He just bullshit. That's all fluff.
No, because then if somebody said there may be,
but remember, it did say it was a hypothesis, so. So that means it can be adjusted later on as they continue the rest of their research. That's why I said I think the guy is right to a certain extent, but I think some other factors are missing, like I mentioned earlier, the social program.
You hear that the man just listed the other factors? Changing gun laws, changing the drug market. He listed some of the other factors. And he also listed that they should have disaggregated by age, because if it was so, then you would see it at particular age group. But he said that in 1994, that effect was in all ages. So if it's abortion, then why is crime rate dropping down with niggas 34 years old? You get it? Why? How would abortion affect crime at age 38 if there's a drop in crime? You see what I'm saying? That's why he said it's flawed.
Crime is a young people game. People age out of crime.
Stu Pease, do you understand? I just want to be clear. Do you understand what he means?
Come on, crime is a.
Do you understand what he means by what he said?
Hey! Can somebody else get in here, man?
Yeah, I'm saying. I just want to answer the question. What does it mean when he said?
Yeah, but hey, you and Stu Pease are talking about this crime stuff. Just give me a minute.
Go ahead.
People. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been sitting here listening for a while, and the young ladies had good points. Hey, how y'all doing? My name's James, and I'm gonna speak to everybody and say hello. And now I want to just make my little statement, and I'll get out the way. But I was listening to Michie.
Way to get out the way. We're gonna pull you into the debate.
Okay, well, whatever. We'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it. But I was listening to Michie earlier today, and she had a good thinking process when she said that the ladies now they need to be careful because all of this what's going on now, it was initiated by Trump. Now Trump is out the way, but he did say he was going to try to re-elect again, and the way it's looking, Biden is not cutting the mustard, and 9 times out of 10 he might get back in there. But now if they can tell the ladies, well, look here, young ladies, I'll guarantee that you can abort whenever you want to if you will vote for Trump. So you need to be careful and look at this in more than just one way, crime or whatever way. If it's the man not being able to pay for the child, you need to take a big open look at it. And I just wanted to put that little part in there just to make us think a little bit more. And mainly I wanted to really get back on the subject and just ask you, what was the topic so that I'll know exactly what I need to say, but I think I've said enough. But what was the topic, man?
Like the decision to cancel out abortion, I think it's a religious mindset, because there ain't no scientific data to even really support that. Like, that's just, human beings been practicing abortion since the beginning of time. That's just something that happens, right? And so the topic is, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the woman's rights? Just a general overall public. General overall situation.
I think the woman should have the right. It's her body. Of course, if two mature adults decide to have a child, maybe the man could talk with her somewhat about it, but she should have the final say so. And then you got to think about maybe incest or rape. It's not right, I feel, for that woman to have that child if some man just forced himself on her. And now of course, the child is a life, but hey, it's her decision. If she don't want to have that child, that's on her. If she can live with that, regardless if it's rape or not, she makes that decision. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, it's a good point.
In many cases, though, when some of the men, and most of the men who have complaints about not having a say in abortion, don't even have the discussion with the woman that they're laying with. Well, if we do have a child, what do you expect? Normally, they commit the act, pregnancy occurs, and then now they're figuring out what it is. Because if you have the discussion with the woman prior to, and she tell you that an abortion is open for me, then at that point you then have a choice, and you can decide whether you want to go forward.
Can we?
That's a great point.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
Can we all admit something here?
That they're not making. Women.
No.
They're not allowing to have women to have health care.
No.
Until she finds out she's pregnant.
Hold on, CK. Let's admit something here, man. Women is definitely a marginalized population on planet Earth. We ain't even start talking about the false notion of race. We ain't even start talking about that, because that's real, and it affects Black women disproportionately, let alone third world countries, just the overall dominance of males over women. So now you're going to sit here and tell me, based off we all know what it is, you're going to sit here and tell me you're going to take her right away to abort, when there's clear-cut cases of men, forcing themselves on women, on young women. There's clear-cut cases of this, of rape, right? Ain't too many women raping men. There's clear domination. And then the final stab in the back is to take her right of choice away. And we want to sit and act like that ain't wow. Is that what we doing tonight? I'm not doing that.
And don't forget, in Kentucky, they tried to pass a law to where you can marry children, but they got so much pushback after they tried to pass that law that they had to fall back.
We're gonna act like they're not marginalized, yo. That's crazy to me, yo. Whether you for it or not, yo, you at least gotta admit that women have been marginalized on Earth. Right. And Black women.
Really.
Time.
Since the dawn of time.
Right.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah, so if that's the case, it's kind of smelling like that again, where we just gonna stop, we a step in, don't let it choose, because like, is it always about the man, yo? Like, we serious, yo? That's crazy. Get that one. You see that? And why is abortion always about trying not to have a kid? There are more reasons than that. We're not gonna just slip into that. Well, she just don't want to have a child. Maybe if your ass wasn't so
that's the reason though. You gotta show the percentage. But show the percentage. Show something.
Maybe she don't want to have it, baby.
She don't want to have it. I said it.
She may not want to have it with me.
Maybe she don't
they
trust
don't,
your
they
ability
don't want to have it.
Take in no kid.
They don't want to have it. What? All right. What are the primary reasons for? Let's be honest.
What's the primary reason?
Yes, what's primary reasons for us to be on this planet?
The primary reason is through sexual reproduction.
So why is it a problem for them saying not to kill babies?
Why do you
Unless
saying that term kill?
Yeah, why you keep saying that, man? You got
unless rape or incest. I can understand that.
Oh, but you gotta stop saying kill though, yo. Like,
I mean, what else it is?
I don't care what he says.
We had 8 billion.
It ain't your body. Yo.
We had 8 billion people. So
I can't tell you what to do with your body. You can't tell me what to do with mine. Whatever a woman does with her doctor in the darn doctor place.
I can state my opinion. You can state yours. You right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
and guess what? There's people having abortions right now, and it is not affecting you at all.
I'm saying
you'll be okay.
Well, we're at 8 billion people,
murder,
so we don't have to worry about species dying off. But we're at 8 billion. I think we got reproduction.
Right.
Yeah, we could together. So that's the point.
I have a question for a good guy. Good guy. So what if men had to get vasectomies if they had 2 children that they weren't providing for, that the state had to provide for, and the rule was men had to get snipped and cut? How would you feel about that?
Nah, son, we need to change that after one.
I feel the same way about women tricking men into taking care of babies that's not theirs.
No. I asked you how you would feel as a man if that was like the law of the land.
The
you
law
have
of the
kids
land
that you're not taking care of, that the state has to take care of. What if the law of the land was you as a man would have to get a vasectomy? You have to get that stuff tied up.
Now you're asking me to be a logical question. Would I choose to get a vasectomy? No.
No, you don't have a choice. It's the law. How would you feel?
So it's the law. Why would you? No. How would I feel? I would feel messed
come
up.
on now. You know how analogies work, bro. Come on.
No. I thought she asked me a question.
Nah, she said that if it was the law that if you have 2 child that you're not taking care of, you have to get snipped. Would you be?
But
for,
no, that's would you be for? Analogy.
Would you be? It doesn't matter. It's her analogy. Would you be for or against it? That's
but for you to give me an equal analogy.
Yeah, equal analogy.
How?
I can't. So you can't answer the question. Can you answer the question?
Stop. Let's be logical. Could you ask me a logical question? And I'm answer it logically. You snip I cannot have kids forever. You have an abortion, you can have a kid again. So it's not equal.
The second can be reversed. They can be reversed.
What? Listen. Oh, so I gotta take that chance, but that don't make sense.
Oh my God! Did you?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why?
So sometimes women that have abortions, my dude. Sometimes women that have abortion aren't able to have more kids afterwards, bro. So
that's crazy.
So you should have the kids. I don't know. No, this is too different.
I can't believe you said that answer though. That was a
you have empathy and sympathy when it comes to some shit that directly fucking affects you, but you have no fucking empathy or sympathy when it affects someone else.
It's a possibility that I'm not going to have children forever.
I'm going back on mute. I can't do it.
Yeah, do that. Because I'm not understanding.
Yeah, but you can
get a vasectomy.
That is wrong to tell me that I have to.
Let me ask you this: that good guy.
By the scenario you given.
Do some women that have abortion, right? In some cases, all those women not able to have children afterwards?
Do you understand what you're saying, though? So when they do something that damage,
I just asked a question, but you're not answering it. Like every time I ask a question, you go into.
I answered it.
Yes or no?
Ask the question again.
Women that have abortion, in some cases, they're not able to have children afterwards.
Some cases. All right, you said some cases. Some cases they not. In some cases they can't have children. Some cases they can.
Vasectomies can be overturned, right? A vasectomy can be undone, right?
That's the thing. I don't know.
It can be. Yeah, bro, it can. You can reverse.
If it can be. So what is the percentage that it may not be reversed?
Well, now you need a percentage. See what I'm saying?
Yes, because abortion, they do it so much that it's they're good at it. I don't know.
So they're not good at it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me bring some more clarity. The point I'm making is, what if the law of the land was controlling your reproductive rights? That's the point. And that's the
Nobody's
that is, hold on, that good guy. There, yeah, it is. In 26 states, women will not have the right to make the choice. So I'm putting it back on you as a man, and that's the only way. You know, there's only limited amounts of ways that men would not be able to have that choice. So I'm asking you, if the choice was taken away from you to be able to produce children, for whatever reason that the law said, how would that make you feel?
I think that I should have the choice to keep having children or not. Okay. But what you're talking about,
so you're pro-choice.
But you're talking, yes, I'm pro-choice. I'm pro not killing babies.
No, that's not pro-choice.
That's not pro-choice.
I'm not a Republican.
That's called anti-choice, sir.
And the scenario that I gave,
you only pro-choice when it affects you.
Yeah, they call it pro-life. They call it pro-life, either pro-life or pro-choice.
Republican or Democrat. I'm just dealing with the reality of it.
But pro-choice is
ain't nobody saying nothing about no Democrats or Republicans.
Pro-choice is but clarity though, pro-choice is the women's right to choose. That's what pro-choice means.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
You choose to go to abortion. You choose to sleep with the man. You choose to go get a.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying
a whole bunch of choices.
No, I understand what you're saying, but the stance is pro-choice or pro-life. Just so when somebody asks you to be pro-choice, you can make the correct statement. It's not really.
I understand.
The good guy made a good comment when he said that she chooses to decide who that she would have sex with. Now, this would be, I think, a very good thing for the women folk to start learning, and I'm quite sure some has did it already, and some still are doing it. But take your time, evaluate your man, look at him, see what he's all about. Do he have sense? Is he dumb? Is he stupid? And then weigh all your issues. If he's not the type of man that you want to have a child for, you should push him to the side and look on down the road somewhere. That's my opinion.
Right. And men should do the same thing before they sleep with women.
That's right.
And I really like what I think it was Sosa who said, even before you engage in that act, you need to have a conversation with the person. Like, what if this happens? Are you okay if it goes this way or not? And then that's really you got a last ditch effort to go the other way if that person doesn't say something that is in alignment with your values.
What if the family have 4 children already and is struggling?
I'll give y'all something even simpler. If you at the age of reproduction, put on a damn condom or get birth control pills, goddamn it, you ain't gotta go through all that. How about that?
How about that?
See what I'm saying?
All right, then you won't need an abortion, right?
Right.
They're also trying to ban that as well.
You know, see, that's when it got stupid.
Yeah, but he's also talking about.
You gotta realize we're dealing with fascists.
Same-sex marriage also. So he's going across the board.
Oh,
these people want to
Let's
go
not
after.
Jump over contraceptions. This is important because
don't jump over that.
Okay, apologies.
No,
that's next on the list. You do know that.
Really?
What, contraception?
They're very vocal about it.
Yeah, they think it can be a backlash. They may affect.
Yo, these politicians
they're going too far with that.
They're not gonna go
one at a time. We got you one at a time.
I'm sorry.
They're going too far when it comes to the contraceptions, right? That good guy.
What I'm saying is that the people they're not going to accept that if they go that far.
You mean
it won't matter. We're under fascism. It don't matter.
Why you keep saying
that shit done got pseudo real quick, yo.
You know they can't do it.
Yeah,
like how many fascist acts have to take place before we're under fat?
Yeah, we got
the fascist president.
I'm not doing that.
That's what I'm saying. Like how many fascist acts have to take place before we're under fat?
He can't bring up fascism.
Playing a proxy war right now.
We ain't doing that. That's what happened to Hitler, right? CK.
Yo, I'm telling you, yo.
I'm asking a question.
It doesn't happen all at once. When Hitler took over in Germany, yo, his first attempt failed, yo. His first attempt failed. Him and his buddies got locked up. His second attempt, they started off doing exactly what you see taking place in America. They were implementing laws legally
You
and
believe
doing
that?
things step by
Hey,
step.
CK, you gotta stop that, yo.
You really believe that,
Okay,
CK?
like, do we just
Yeah.
like, there are actual books on this. Like, I actually
Yeah, I
threw some of
know,
them in the server. And I'm just
I
letting
know.
y'all know these politicians are
Even-
very vocal about what they want to do. They want to go after all those Supreme Court cases that they don't like. They're going after, of course, abortion. They succeeded in that. They're going after
Hold on.
mother flipping
So are
contraceptives.
Are
After
Democrats
that,
going
they're
after?
going after gay marriage.
So if
After
Hillary
that,
would have
Hold on.
won,
the
Who's going after
governor
gay
in
marriage,
Texas
though?
already said
Are you talking about
that.
Republicans or are you talking about Democrats?
yeah, she's trying. I
Which one
guess
you
she's trying
talking
to
about?
get Trump.
I'm being general because I
Nah,
feel
generally
like the
Democrats are
Democrats-
not wanting to take down Roe v. Wade.
I agree.
And generally
agree.
Democrats
It is the Republicans that are doing
right,
this,
now,
but
come
I
on.
feel like
Yeah,
the
that's why I
Democrats are not
understand.
doing enough to push back against these people's behavior. The governor in Texas, he already says that we should not have a right to education. They want to challenge the Supreme Court case on Plessy versus Ferguson.
The issue
right to
is putting
education.
people getting your
You gotta
Republicans
realize,
and
look at the
Democrat in that Supreme Court seat. That's the issue.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to look at the language that these people are using. They keep saying that, oh, it's not in the Constitution. Yo, there are so many fucking Supreme Court cases that positively affected Black people. That's not in the damn Constitution.
Brown versus the Board of Education.
Fascists do not stop at just one thing. They keep going until they get brutal control.
If that's the case, every amendment could be amended. Is what you're saying?
Well,
no, you can't do amendments are like hard to overturn.
The Bill of Rights, no. Probably
not.
Okay, where you reading this again?
I'll try to stay with
like,
you.
do you not pay? I'll send you some stuff. I'll send you some books.
All CK talks about is fascism. I'm surprised. This is what she does. Like,
where is she?
Anything related to government?
Give us the book, yo. I know it's a book, yo.
Beware of the pale white horse.
Oh no.
I don't know if I have the patience to move all of these books from the MBK server over to the Pseudo Killer server, but I threw books in there literally on fascism. But I will get you the article from Umberto Eco. I already dropped in our back chat earlier today the video version of On Tyranny from Timothy Snyder. He did a really good article, a really good book, pamphlet back in 2017 about how fascism's form, what are the steps? And he even talks about how America was moving towards fascism. This was way back in 2017. This dude has completely changed his position in 2022. This dude is like, no, we're in a fascist regime right now.
Can I give something out?
Just type the dude's name in the internet. Like, it's not hard.
Everybody slow down. So what was the governmental policies prior to Hitler? It wasn't a democracy, was it? Was it a democracy? What was it? I'm taking you slow. What was it?
He slowly eroded rights for Jews.
What was it? No, what type of government did they have? Was it a dictatorship?
I think they had like a parliament kind of thing going on. I'm not 100% sure. I have to double check my accuracy on that.
You need to find out, okay? Because they was definitely vulnerable to that type of situation. Now, you'd be hard pressed to play.
And our country isn't?
Listen to what I'm saying. You'd be hard pressed to do that. How's it gay? Everybody would have to be on board with that.
So January 6th, that wasn't a thing. We're not going through some court hearings right now about people actually attempting to do.
Slow down. Go ahead. You said what? We're not doing what, CK?
I'm saying, like, are we really pretending like January 6th didn't happen? Like, we're having like court hearings right now.
What's January 6th, CK? I'm listening to you. Now
I'm trying to overthrow democracy.
Really? Are you gonna...
I mean, I'm not saying they were going to be successful because
Trump is nobody even got shot. One person got shot. It was the 5-minute thing. They was out of there. It wasn't really that. Stop it. It really wasn't that. It was a whole bunch of.
You do realize that.
Hold on.
And guess what? Historians that do research on fascist regimes, that is the main thing that they talk about. They say that when people attempt to do fascist acts, people underplay it and make it seem like it's not a big deal. Oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, Hitler's just crazy. Ain't nobody listening to him. Yo, like, things don't happen all at once.
You just weren't gonna let me finish.
I apologize. I'm going back on mute.
I'm saying let's not overplay the capital shit. They was out of there before 5 o'clock. It wasn't really that. Whatever it was, it wasn't. There was a whole bunch of people following crazy ass nonsense is what it was. It wasn't a well-organized, we're gonna go. It wasn't none of that. Now, I don't know about the fascism and all that, but I'm saying you stand a better chance to fight against fascism in the United States.
We gotta slow down. We gotta slow down, because you ain't been listening to the hearings, have you?
Or the academics talking about the very thing that's taking place in this country that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
I literally
the FBI agent, the evidence is now then came out about like people in Congress members helping to organize some of the shit that went down.
Yeah, and the hearings and shit. Yeah, she was getting crazy.
So it's a little bit different than a bunch of crazy ass motherfuckers.
Wow, the senators was crazy too, because you talking about them. Shit wasn't that slick. You feel me?
No, I mean, it was all the way up to Mike Pence, like motherfucking handed Mike Pence a list of fake electors. You know what I mean? I mean, it's straight up real.
Also, I just wanted to add that on Thursday, the Supreme Court also did a ruling on gun rights. So they ruled that, American citizens have the right to bear arms. So they're making it a federal protection. And the next day, did I get that wrong?
I think as far as to conceal, the concealing
carry and conceil, right?
Because
it's going to trickle down to the states.
In New York, in New York City, they're already talking about it's going to upend a 106-year ruling here, and they have to figure out how they're going to make the law so that people can't carry and conceal in our transit system.
Yeah, because normally you had to have like a valid reason. Now you don't. You can just say, "Nigga, I want to carry conceal."
Yeah, and so in a place like New York City. So in other words, this particular Supreme Court, they're making some. I don't think they're done with whatever rulings, and I think we got to brace ourselves for what's coming next in terms of what they may rule on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
and this is
now the rabbit got the gun is the problem.
Anybody remember this name? Fernando Castillo. He had a concealed carry permit. He was a black man with a gun. And he got
Is it possible I can add on to what Tiff said?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real quick with it.
Get back to concrete Corey and the overthrowing of the government. What you saying, Corey?
Oh Lord, I'm gonna send you some stuff. You're doing too much.
Now everybody gonna get to have guns. That's what I was
saying.
Well, I mean, everybody always did have guns. I didn't know.
I mean, people are gonna be able to. Not every state can still and carry.
I always had a gun.
I know, but you live don't you live in a state where they allow?
It don't matter. Baltimore always had a gun. Never known I have a gun. What are you talking about? Ever since niggas got shot up at 13, we was always having guns from that point.
Okay, well, now everybody else.
No, that was the rule in America. I have a gun, nigga.
Yeah, I think they should go to the Supreme Court being nonpartisan. I think that may be the next step for America. Go
ahead, CK.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad you came up tonight too, Sister Tiffany. I'm always up here fighting all the men by myself. Goodness gracious.
On your side of the day.
Anyways, I was going to say, y'all need to look at the specific language that Clarence Thomas used as to why he struck down that ruling that Tiffany is talking about in New York in regards to the concealed carry. He said that, the restriction that y'all are putting in place in New York is too strict. It doesn't say this in the Constitution. So I'm perplexed. So y'all are sitting up here making these rulings and whatnot because this and that and the third isn't in the Constitution. But where is this pushback when these states put laws into place violating our voting rights? You know what I mean? Because it says that we all have the right to vote. But it's a gang of ex-felons that are out of jail that still do not have the right to vote for the most part. So where is this vigor there? And also, let's not forget our right to protest. ever since the whole George Floyd protest, a lot of these states have been implementing some very questionable laws in place. You know, I mean, basically making it very difficult for us to protest.
Yeah, the Supreme Court got us. The Republicans got a 6-3 stranglehold on the Supreme Court. That's what they call that. They call it a Supreme.
And don't forget a lot of these voter suppression laws that are happening too, as well, in a lot of these states.
Yeah, so you know, it's gonna be more to come because the Republicans got control of the Supreme Court, bro. And that ain't something you can just get rid of 4 years. And they sit on that seat for life.
How many years we got for the fascism to take over?
CK, about 7.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm just gonna send you everything.
I think we all need our guns. What does the fascism mean for Black people? What are you saying? Get to the end. Roll me all the way down since you got us into it. Since Concrete Corey stepped in and agreed, which then disappeared on you. What does this mean for all of us in America? What are you saying?
I don't know. What do you think? Have y'all read the manifesto of the dude that laid people out in the grocery store in New York? Did y'all read that manifesto? It's 180 pages. Did you read it?
Hell no, I'm not reading.
Yeah, he said he was.
I got it if anybody want it.
He was influenced by those racist Ukrainians. 40% of their military is
that's not accurate, sir.
But the lone wolf, like,
so you
he never mentioned Ukraine in that manifesto.
All right, you have to prove me wrong. So can you pull it up?
I mean, you're right about what you're saying, but he didn't mention Ukraine in his manifesto.
No, he mentioned something about that
Be
war.
good,
I don't remember
CK.
what.
What? I'm nice. I'm friendly.
I was saying any damn thing.
But no, if you read that dude's manifesto, he is talking very specifically about all non-whites and about how they need to either get out of America or we're gonna kill you. So
non-whites need to get out or get killed.
Non-whites.
So
he specifically said non-whites, but his main focus of like people that he really wanted to kill was Black people.
But I'm saying, well, why is
Jews, of course.
Why is his opinion valued so highly? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's not his opinion. It's the rhetoric. The rhetoric and where he got it from. He got it from white supremacists.
Yeah, that rhetoric
Nazis.
has always been there, though. It's always
okay.
Been.
I'm getting there. Let me walk you, son. The rhetoric and the ideology of white supremacy is definitely heavily influenced in the Republican Party. I can send you videos if you like of these Republicans.
I wouldn't fight against that.
Okay. So these people are in political office making laws that negatively impact people, yo.
Yeah.
CK, do you think
negatively affect
people? So Unc asked the question. He said, hey, how does this affect Black people? You have white supremacists in political power putting laws in place that, yes, will eventually end up negatively impacting Black people. Once they get enough of the people that they want in charge,
but
you don't think that they're going to try to attempt to do some of the things that they believe in their rhetoric and in ideological dogma.
Yeah, but once you get to a certain point, CK, and the people start rising up and tearing up shit, I promise you, niggas will get that shit right.
Do you think Biden is one
Do you think we got the numbers?
Yeah, the people definitely have the numbers.
I said Black people. You think we got the numbers? Because some people ain't gonna want to get involved.
It's not just Black people. It's not them shit's gonna affect minorities in general. It's not just Black.
Man, them people gonna go back to their damn country, son. While you got ADOS and FBA talking about we're American, we indigenous to this land.
So you think it's just gonna be us fight? They're gonna leave and it's gonna be us fighting white people?
I have no idea. I think by the time this shit pop off,
we already got a racist in office, though. We're not gonna be
prepared for it anyways.
They're gonna put us back in slavery.
We doing the wrong damn show. That's all I know. We need to be getting out. We need to be doing something more than this, then.
I know. Slavery right around the corner.
Anything, yo.
Right.
Slavery right around the corner. Hold on. Slavery's right around the corner. They're on YouTube just talking.
Yeah, these niggas ignorant.
You gotta go, CK. The fascist government's bringing back slavery in 10 days.
Anybody in here
I ain't say all
remember?
that.
Anybody in here ever heard about the mass deportation of Mexicans from Texas? When the Mexicans were deported back to Mexico across the Rio Grande, or how the South was empty of black people, the mass exodus of black people from the South.
Yeah, but South wasn't empty of black people.
No, but there was a mass exodus of black people.
Yeah.
Power, but people with power figure out how the game plays. We as black people don't have the power what they have. I understand what CK is saying.
Yeah, but that's context though. You know, you talk about doing the Jim Crow era and shit like that, and Reconstruction and shit like that. So yeah, a lot of blacks they flee, but the laws, but then the different laws changed. Different amendments were made. Amendments are extremely difficult to overturn. Like it's damn near impossible to overturn an amendment. It can be done, but it's the hardest shit to do in government. And those amendments stick. 14th Amendment, those shits are like rock solid. Like those things don't just come. You can't just knock those down.
Because everybody
did you forget that quick about the voting rights that I just talked about that were taken away from Americans just because they committed a crime and they're back in America paying taxes, but they can't vote? Despite the fact our Constitution says that we have the right to vote.
Yeah, I was talking about some of the amendments that are there, but even with terms of the Mexicans, they just had the most largest Mexican migration, like illegal shit, is like forever, the largest ever. I forgot how many it was.
Listen,
they just broke the record.
I work on these job sites. I do construction. That's who all in construction. Mexicans, Guatemalans, Ecuadorians. They ain't even Mexican. They Ecuadorians, Guatemalans, Peruvians. They
right. Cause you see niggas right that look Mexicans. I'm seeing a lot of them like I'm like, nah, he ain't Mexican. He kind of look Mexican-ish, but that nigga ain't Mexican.
I was on a job site. A dude said, yo, I'm getting my son's gonna get my green card next year for me. He's been working on his job for a good 5 years already.
Yeah, but y'all ain't working no daggone jobs. So what you worried about?
What you mean? I'm talking to the people on the job. What are you talking about?
Not normally, because I always say, look, you ain't never seen a Mexican doing a job and be like, damn, I wish I had that job.
Right. That's what I'm saying, yo. I wish I had that job.
Yeah, normally, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they on the job with us.
No, I get you. They definitely on the construction. I get you.
I'm an electrician.
On the job with us. What you do? What the hell you do?
I'm an electrician. They there.
They doing electrical?
Yes, they are.
They electricians too.
They deep.
And something wrong with that? They ain't got to do what you
They're
saying.
doing all the work that black people won't do.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. That is wild disrespectful.
All right,
we won't do it.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
We won't do it for the price they'll do it for.
All right, then. So what you worried about it for? Because you ain't doing it.
We'll do the work. No.
That's right. Let them work. Let them work.
Don't get it twisted. We'll do the work. But we ain't going to do it for the price to do it for. And the slave labor that they'll do it with.
Get in a union. Yeah. Get in a union. Come together.
Tell you about the unions.
Y'all say go get in a union, come together. What the hell y'all talking about? Truth Ministry, what's on your mind, man? We real loose tonight. Fascist government. Do you agree with the fascist government or what?
CK right. CK right in his act. These white supremacists actively plotting and planning to take control of the United States.
All right, man.
And I've been following all this shit close. Like we could prove it.
Kwame Ture even talked about it in the 90s.
Okay, so where we going at this, CK? Since we know they coming,
actually, I'm gonna ask you a very specific question.
No, man, I said I agree with you. Where we moving at? Because I don't see it here on YouTube. Then, if that's the case, we got plenty of time to get about. I'm listening. Where you want to go?
We need to be over there with Truth.
Truth, where you at, Truth? Is that
you live in Georgia, right?
Man, no, I don't. Why is you telling them people where you think I live at?
Okay, I apologize.
Slavery right around the corner. This month.
Right,
Go to-
when you tell her, hey, yo, ain't you in Baltimore, yo? Ain't you in Sunset? No, I ain't none of them places.
Okay, apologies then.
Explain the
Whatever
fascist
state you are
government around the
currently
corner.
residing in, sir, I apologize. I'm not trying to let the whole world know where you located at.
Yeah, because the fascist government, yo, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing. I ain't playing with you, DK. You got me riled up. I'm gonna beat the hell with evolution. Fascist government, we gotta stop it. Truth. Truth has already moved to Mexico some damn way.
Actually, you know what?
And that's the truth.
Okay, I'll
we need to go in the hide
to
now.
Mexico and all we protected.
Yes, sir.
That's all I want to know.
As atheists, we need to go in the hide. That's what we
I'll
need to go in the
rephrase.
hide.
Truth.
I will
come to Mexico with you, bro. Is it enough space?
Oh, hell yeah, it's more than enough space. There's more than enough space down
They
there.
fascists over there.
Fascist government gonna mess with us down there? What they doing? I want to know.
No, we can stop that shit though, yo. All we gotta do is
what we
get out
gotta
and
do?
vote.
What we gotta do?
We gotta get out and vote. We gotta
That's
tell
it?
our people.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
these Republicans doing shit. I don't know
If
if it's
that was
enough.
the answer, if that was the answer,
All you gotta do
CK
is vote, though. Come on, man. Y'all got niggas scared like that. All you gotta do is vote.
We can vote the fascist government away. Is that all we gotta do?
Like, look at this. Look, let me give you an example.
are a
Let me give you an
mess.
example, right? Look, in Maryland, right? We got Trumpkin. I call them Trumpkins. We got a Trumpkin running for governor. If this man gets in office in Maryland, they are going to take out racist teaching of like slavery and stuff in school. They're going to take it out because they don't want their little white kids feeling guilty for something that they say they did not commit. This is something that's going to happen.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
This is
We teach that shit at home anyway, though. What's so what if they don't learn in school?
When they come on YouTube, they finna see that shit, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
like Trump said, make America
when you take away history, it's bound to repeat itself.
Hey,
it's going to continue
Truth
repeating
Ministry,
itself.
how they go explain Juneteenth?
Yo, they gonna take that away.
Oh, they gonna take away Juneteenth?
If they took Roe versus Wade, you think they ain't gonna take Juneteenth?
Ah, shit, we just got that mud. They
gonna take that bitch. Nah, real talk, yo.
Bro.
Real talk. If you look at what Clarence Thomas said today, Clarence Thomas, right after they did the Roe versus Wade thing, he said that they coming after the LGBT community also about the same-sex marriages and all that. That's next. They're gonna take away that. And then I don't know what's next. Brown versus Board of Education.
Now you gonna mess up. Now you messing with white men.
Obama let that in.
Yeah.
Now you messing with white men, bro. They ain't finna play that shit.
He said contraceptions are next. Contraceptions.
And
he said,
you know what the problem is a problem. I think don't take politics serious enough, right? So we ain't able to really get down to the bottom of what CK.
Happy birthday, Concrete.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we ain't able to get down to the bottom of what CK is trying to get to. So what happens is,
go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying what.
You still hanging out?
Yeah, he got to get to the bottom of this. We got to get. This shit is serious. You're talking about slavery, bro.
Come on with it, Concrete.
No, we're not. See, that's the problem.
The truth.
We couldn't take it serious. So then, one thing leads to another, and the conversation goes off the rails, right? So now y'all talk. Now, since the conversation wasn't took seriously, now we've relegated to they're gonna implement slavery on us. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna say
Can
that.
Can I say? Can I ask a question?
Well, no, because now we still, when you ask a question, then we're gonna further derail the conversation, right? So we gotta keep the conversation on the rails. That way we can actually understand what the message one's trying to convey. Because she was actually trying to convey a specific message, right? But it got so convoluted to where she had to defend one thing, then she defended another thing, then she defended another thing. When it went all down the rails.
Put us back on the track, Corey, because she got me thinking.
Corey's he's an enabler.
That's how she got me thinking.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm taking a page out of the social book.
I know what enabler looks like, Corey. Trust me, I know what it looks like.
Hey, Corey.
Hey, did you hear Chief X call you an enabler though?
Yeah, I heard that shit. That shit cracked me up.
I was cracking up, dude. I was dying, dude.
Hey, Corey, you got 3 minutes to change my mind. I'm going down there to Mexico with Truth at. You got 3 minutes, bro.
I don't know nothing about going to Mexico and all of that, bro.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know why would you go to Mexico for what? Why would you
Because when
leave
the fascist government take over, what's gonna happen?
No, it's not. See, that's
what
I'm
saying.
It's
that's what you came on here and said.
Calm down. Let's take a.
So you're gonna be the voice of reason right now. I'm packing up, yo.
Because I don't totally agree with CK, but I know what she's trying to convey, right? I partially agree with her, huh?
You partially agree with Truth because they double teamed this.
No, I don't. I don't know what Truth's saying, but I partially agree.
Is the racist.
I mean, y'all don't have to agree with something in order for it to be true.
And no,
y'all be beating up pseudo all the time.
I don't have to agree with it in order for it to make sense to me, right? So what they're doing is they're making a mockery out of what you're saying, right? They're relegating you. They're trying to relegate you to a flat earther or something. So conspiracy.
I mean, that's what you do.
Did you hear them too? I'm gonna shut up.
They don't.
Basically, Corey is accusing you of straw manning me. Basically, you're trying to make my argument seem weaker, so it's easier for you to.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit the reset button.
And it's not that. And it's not, though I don't. I don't totally agree. I do know it's not that. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So what we're gonna do. Corey, listen. Before you
There's literally whole books on it.
See, no, I'm not going to talk you out of it. I'm just going to lay a few facts down, and then we can go from there.
Okay, listen. All I want, give me the goddamn what's going to happen when. What are we?
No. It's
what
not,
are we looking at?
I'm not some future. I'm not here to tell you.
I don't know.
So why?
I tried to give you an example. I tried to give you an example earlier, but I don't know if you were listening.
She gave me Adolf Hitler. Corey, she said Adolf Hitler, bro. Do you know what Hitler did? He rounded up.
She had to
not what I was
that.
talking about.
She had to say that to get a point across, but y'all took that out of context, so it made her seem crazy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all took it out of context what she was saying, so that's why she said Adolf Hitler. You know what I mean?
In order to drive the point home.
Hold on, what kind of point was that to drive home? She said fascism, it starts off slow. They're gonna take the capital.
According to history.
Can I just make my point? Can I just say what happened in my mind? God damn it! You know the believing mind, my shit start believing. Let me tell you what happened. She said Hitler. She said it's gonna start off slow. Then she give me an example. The capital. As a matter of fact, it was nothing that you jumped in. Hold on now. And you had key people in the guard. I'm like, oh shit, Conk, we quarterback now. Then I'm listening to Hitler and I'm thinking, well, what the hell did they changed the fascism came through? And I say, damn, he put people in concentration camps. Then all of a sudden, CK and Truth came in with the, you know who they're gonna get.
That's because too many people
was talking. Black people is about to get called off next week. We need not be doing this. We need to have out of here. That's where I was at, Corey. I apologize. Bring me off, yo, because right now I'm packed up.
That's way extreme. That's
way. I got boxes already. What you talking about?
Yeah, change the show for the Pseudo Killas to the Underground Railroad.
Underground Railroad. Look, hey, look, we down in the bunker. We're looking. So explain to me, can y'all give me again, what's going to happen when the government get changed over? I'm just listening.
No, the government, I'm not saying, listen, you asking the wrong question to me, right?
But
I'm here. Listen, you ain't listening.
Look, Truth ducking down in Mexico. He gone. Look that quick. He gone. Where you at?
I'm here.
What's gonna happen?
Oh my God! I can't even bring
you gotta understand what has happened to understand what
Corey, we don't want the reason. We don't want the reason right now, Corey.
You Corey make his point. He got a smooth voice on, man. He's smooth out.
No, because he don't want to bring. He don't want it because he don't like politics.
How
don't take politics seriously.
Yo, you said I do. You said I agree with CK. Yo, did you hear what you agreed to, Corey?
Corey, but do you agree that she was certain? Do you agree that some of it was a little extreme though?
It was. That's what I'm saying. It was extreme, but her original point. The thing is, her original point she was trying to drive home.
I think you might want to make sure y'all are being clear when I say extreme, so that the audience isn't confusing as to what I said.
Hitler, yo, we gotta pull up Adolf Hitler to the listening audience. When you start with Adolf Hitler, yo, he's a
perfect example as to how fascism takes place in a country.
She was giving an example.
They like literally following
it's a blueprint.
No, but the Germany government didn't start.
That
didn't start from democracy. They didn't start from a democratic government. They was goddamn what is it, a parliamentary government and shit.
Parliamentarians. We still
became like chancellor.
Parliamentary.
He became like chancellor, some shit like that. He was voted into chancellor of Germany.
There are actual academics writing on this show.
Okay, do anybody disagree with them?
The judge at the January 6th hearing just said, like, yo,
it starts off slow.
Warning about a federal judge said.
I think we're moving too fast. I think y'all asking the wrong questions.
Right, let Corey get it out.
We're moving too fast.
Let Corey get it out.
We're going 90 miles an hour. We're going 90 miles an hour down a residential street.
Yo, you know how the black Egyptian black and they
we can't do it. We can't do that.
He did the same thing, Corey. He was like, I agree. I was like, oh shit, Hitler, he agreed.
No, she didn't say Hitler at that point. No, she didn't.
Yeah, you came in on Hitler, Corey.
No.
I think Chef was right.
I came in on a January.
As soon as she said concentration camp, you was like, I agree. I was like, oh.
No, it was about the January 6th issue that I agree with.
Yeah, I think it's focused. Corey focused right now.
All right, go ahead, Corey. I'm going to let you explain it through. Why? And then we're going to let Truth go and watch. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, so now I have to agree with Truth because I don't.
Oh Lord, I'm
is that the position y'all gonna put me in? I gotta agree with everything everybody
has
says.
Left the country already. Did you know that?
Yeah, he said he went to Mexico.
He's running from the fascist government, bro. He's already gone.
Nah, that ain't even true. That ain't why I came in.
Niggas say, don't speak about it, be about it.
I know you ain't trying.
But the issue is right, and this is why I talked about Annie Coney Barrett earlier, right?
Who's that?
She's a Supreme Court justice. See, this is that's why if we gotta ask about who Annie Coney
for clarity,
Barrett
I know you shared the screen, but nobody
right. No, but even if anybody has to ask who she is, that's an issue. That's a serious issue, Sosa.
And the black
but I'm saying, but when you say it, I know people don't.
No, because I just want to start off with me and you agreeing on something. I always like to start off with me and you agree on something.
Corey gonna get his point out.
I agree.
Corey birthday, yo. Any army.
I agree.
It made me feel better when you agree with me. So
I agree. Yeah. Good. Go ahead, Rock. You're rocking.
Come on with it, Corey.
All right. So I brought up Annie Coney Barrett, right?
I got my box
because she has recently been appointed to the Supreme Court. Now we all know that this is the highest court in the land, and it's a lifetime appointment, right? The problem is when it's like what Truth said. See, this is why I say I partially agree with a lot of some of the things they say, because it's all about voting, right? When we vote these congressmen in and these senators in, and then we vote the presidency in, right? Which is, you have the Senate, the Congress, and then you have the executive branch, right? These are the three checks and balances. You have checks and balances in government, right? The problem is when we don't take these issues seriously and take voting seriously and understand the effects that voting have, right? Then we all have to end up being reactionary, right? So now shit didn't happen, and now we all having a conversation about Roe versus Wade, right? But if we all were aware of how politics works, we would have seen this coming 4-5 years ago. This was already in the making. Shit don't happen overnight, right? So, but the problem is we've put a religious person in place into a lifetime appointment. She's a Catholic. She's a as a matter of fact, I put up on the screen the article, right? I was gonna go into that article a little bit. She's was a part of some kind of cult actually here in South Bend, and I think Notre Dame has some kind of ties into it, which is a Catholic school, right? And so we have these religious zealots that
Corey, explain
I'm explaining myself. Just when I'm done, then I'll explain. Then you can ask your question, and then I'll explain farther. I ain't gonna be much longer. I just want to bring some clarity to the situation, right? Because this is what I be talking about. This is the serious business right here. These are the decisions that are going to affect your life economically, right? Most of all, economically, right? But socially also, right? So this is time to be listening up, right? Even I'm not a expert politician, right? But I have some insight, right? So what I can tell you is this is very, very important. Politics ain't a game. It's not a joke, right? And so these decisions, these people that are appointed by the people that are voted in, right, have a lifetime position on the highest court. I repeat, the highest court in the land, right? And so that's and so what I'm saying is this lady is one of the religious zealots. They got more. You got Brett Kavanaugh, who's also pro-life.
Clarence Thompson wife.
Say it again.
Clarence Thompson white wife. Whatever that just the black justice white wife.
Yes. She's a conspiracy. Clarence Thomas's wife is a conspiracy theorist. She's a straight up flat earther.
And she's a white supremacist.
Clarence Thomas's wife.
As having something to do with January 6th.
She has something to do. See, this is why I said we have to listen very carefully and we have to slow it down, because there's a lot of things and it sounds crazy if you don't slow it down, right? It sounds wild and out. You get to talking about Hitler.
Yes, it is, though.
You know,
it's crazy and wild. These motherfuckers are crazy.
That's why CK yelled out Hitler, because you got to slow it down, because it'll get you off the rails. You know what I'm saying? You can go off the rails with it. But my man's just said,
ain't no rails on Hitler.
no, it's no rails on Hitler, right? But back to what I'm saying though, seriously, we have Clarence Thomas, right? A Supreme Court justice who already came in. Mind y'all know how he came in, right? With allegations that he had disrespected a black woman, right? So we ain't gonna forget that, right? Hopefully we ain't forgot that, right?
Pubic hair on the Pepsi.
And most likely the allegations was true, right? But we that's a whole nother thing, and we ain't even gonna touch on that right now. We talking about his white wife, right? Who's a flat earther, conspiracy crazy motherfucker, right? Who's wearing the pants in the house. You see what I'm saying? Right? Did y'all hear me? Crazy conspiracy theorist, flat earther wife who's wearing the pants in the house, who has all the connections, who has all the ties and the financial ties to everything, right? These are the people who we allow, the people who we voted in to appoint to these positions. You see what I'm saying? These are the people who are making life decisions for me and you.
For the next 30 years.
That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to get clear to y'all. That's it. Y'all can go from there.
Let me say something concrete. People need to understand that justices that were sworn in by George W. Bush I are still on the Supreme Court. Right? 20 years ago. Plotting and waiting. They can't go after any legislator. And a lot of these people, the new thing, they might go back to separating schools, separate but equal. Because one of the person that Trump appointed to the head of the education board, she was to separate state school into church school and private schools. So 10 years from now, you might have separate but equal again. The school in black community look like shit. And the school in white community look like space age labs because of the impact of these people.
Yeah, so that's why I spoke to the fact that the problem is right now the Republicans got super majority right now, 63.
That's making America great again.
No, but that's what they trying.
That 63 can't be. That 63 can't be
should
undone.
Have increased the number. He should have increased the number in the Supreme Court. There's nothing stopping him. He could have.
He still can. He better do it before this election, though, because based on the statistics, black people ain't coming out to vote this election. You see what I'm saying? So the Democrats that's trying to get in the office, ain't none of them gonna get in the office. All these crazy
we don't take it serious enough.
I ain't seen the statistics yet, but I know that Biden is like not his numbers are like very.
And let me say
low.
this. Let me say this about voting, right? Because this is a key point, and black people and a lot of black people don't realize this, right? Your vote today affects 10 years down the line, right? So the shit that we should have been voting on, we should have been taking politics more serious 10 years ago. That way we'd be in a better situation today, right? So if we don't start taking politics serious today, we're gonna be even in a worse. The wealth gap, right, is the biggest issue right now. It's the wealth gap, right? So once the wealth gap is already out of control, whacked out crazy, right? 10 years from now, if we don't get the shit out of control, it's gonna be no coming back from it, right? Is ain't gonna be no such thing as doing all right. It's either you gonna have money or you gonna be dirt motherfucking poor, living on the ground under the fucking bridge, right? So because inflation is out of this world, right?
No middle class, no more middle class.
Yeah, the destruction of the middle class.
Right. That's the wealth gap. That's what I'm talking about, right? And if we don't see this shit coming, something can't happen today. And then, now we need to do something. We already fucked up. It don't work like that. That's not how things work. You're not gonna fix anything today. Things have to be fixed. Things have to be, you have to be proactive in politics. Politics is all about who make the better moves proactively. You know what I'm saying? And so this is why we need to. I always like these discussions about politics, and we never have these discussions. We always talking about Kemet and whether the KM mean black in there, right? But nobody's
which is very
you know, I'm saying that right there is the distraction, right, that keeps us from understanding the important things that we need to understand. And this is what the Pseudo Killas is all about. You know what I'm saying? Getting rid of some of those thoughts those thought processes that we normally akin to, right?
Yeah. So question, do you believe that a bad Democratic Party is still better than the Republican Party?
No, I think the two partisan thing is crazy. It puts us in a false dichotomy. It sets up a false dichotomy, right? It's either this or either that, right? And that's what's part of the problem.
I think the Supreme Court should be nonpartisan. That's
right. You know what the number one issue I think is money in politics. If we get money out of politics, I think a lot of this we can mitigate a lot of it. I mean, it ain't the end all be all, but I think a lot of this shit will be mitigated. You know what I'm saying? Sure. When you got politicians that's able to be bought out, right? When corporations can legally bribe your state representatives, right? That's a big time problem. You know what I'm saying? When corporations,
that's already going on.
Yeah, that's how it works right now. That's what lobbyists is. You know what I'm saying? That's what the donors, you get the major donors and shit like that. That's legal bribery. That and you know, those are legislations. Hold on, brother. That's legislation that has been passed by people we voted in, right? So we have to understand the agendas of the people that we vote in, and we have to read these bills that they put in place. We have to be aware of these bills that they put in place, because it hasn't always been that way, where corporations could buy out a politician, right? It ain't always been that way, but over time they put these loopholes in place till we get to a place where we at right now, where they just outright legally bribe our politicians, right? They bought and paid for it. You know what I mean? So if we can get that out of politics, I think that'll mitigate a lot of the issues that we have. And as far as the legislation getting passed, you know, that's why we can't get it. Take us 8 years to get a infrastructure bill passed, and everything crumbling. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's tires and rims is getting fucked up because you're going through potholes. The transit systems is all fucked up. Like, you know, we already know that our infrastructure is failing, right? But yet it takes 8 years to get an infrastructure bill passed. That's due to money in politics. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I think another thing we should be doing is everybody should be filing independent. Nobody should be declaring themselves a Republican or a Democrat. They should be voting for the best person for the job. You see what I'm saying? Let the politician be a Democrat. Let the one running for mayor be a Democrat. Let him be a Republican. But you should stay neutral.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Don't let
vote
him
for the
count
person who got the best ideas. Absolutely. Right. Mm-hmm.
But that's what we're not doing. Another major problem is when we go to the polls, we don't even know who we're voting for. You see what I'm saying?
Right. We haven't vetted the candidates. We don't vet the candidates. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. We just go with whoever name that we like. It doesn't sound black. You know what I mean?
Well, if it's a Democrat behind their name, we bubble it in. That's the one.
Normally they hammer it down to a particular instance, like gay
Well,
rights.
they have a primary.
Like gay
They
rights.
have what you call a
We
primary.
got a primary coming up in Maryland on July 14th. Our first primary, and that's my thing is they gonna vote this man Dan Cox in, and he all the way Trump. He a conspiracy theories. He believe in all that QAnon stuff, all that. The election was rigged, all that. And if he get in office, he's sending the military to Baltimore. Bottom line, he's sending the military, and the order's going to be shoot to kill.
Listen, I'm not gonna go that far. What I'm gonna say is we have a lot of
in the cities. That's their plan.
Don't back up, Corey.
No, I don't see. That's the problem. It's always a false dichotomy. It's either I got to jump off the river, or I got to jump off the bridge, or I don't. So no, what I'm saying is I'm not gonna go that far. But what I will say is that we do have a lot of conspiracy theorists that are involved in our government, that they are our elected officials now. They are our legislators. They are our governors and state representatives. You see what I'm saying? It's a big time problem when you got QAnon conspiracy theorists and flat earthers as congressmen and women. You see what I'm saying? That's a big time. Like that, if Black people can't, if it's not a problem for nobody, it's a problem for Black people, right? If you're a white person, the QAnon thing may or may not affect you in so many ways, right? As a Black person, that shit is wild, is crazy. And this is why we're getting so much ramped up with these mass shootings, right? And these white supremacists, that the white supremacist groups is the biggest threat to the government right now. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I think
they don't even have enough staff to take care of all the white supremacy that's going on and the mass shooting, because they go to these websites and they what do you call it? They groom these young influential kids into doing these things, and they actually do it. Like, because we actually see it. We actually see these kids, mostly white, 18-year-old, 22-year-old kids that have been influenced by these websites and these conspiracy theories.
Mergate, 4chan.
And the conspiracy is the white
What's
replacement.
the solution, man? What's the solution?
I was just talking about the solution, about understanding who we're voting in, about understanding how this legislation works, about vetting these candidates, about participating in politics, right? That's the solution. Becoming a part participating in government. How you get it started?
By having conversations like this. This is the beginning of something right now. I've been wanting to have a conversation like this for a long time.
Yeah, talking about it is good.
And just being knowledgeable
speaks louder than words.
You
gotta educate.
So I gotta get out in the middle of the street.
But you gotta educate.
Core is on the right track, though.
You gotta educate people first.
How can we? No, I'm going to support my brother Corey because
that's
he's right
only
there.
part of the solution. You gotta talk about it.
Yeah, he's not saying that was the only thing to do. He just we're on YouTube, so he just laying some shit out. But like,
yeah, well, I understand that too. But the thing is, we've been laying it out and talking about it for how long now?
Not long enough, bro.
Talking, bro.
No, it's not long enough.
No, we ain't been laying
we
out.
think
Listen,
it's a problem though, as a
don't understand politics and the value of what I'm saying. That's why I know we have not been laying it out and talking about it long enough, right? Because if we have, you would have some understanding about the shit I was talking about. but you don't. So we need to
we
talk
still
more
need
about
to get
that.
our people engaged, man. We're not engaged, man.
So
we talking about it.
That's what he's talking about. Getting
engaged in what you're talking about, Corey. What you talking about is, it sounds good, man. But the thing is, we got to get our people to understand.
Tell you what, why don't you tell us how?
We got to put it in locomotion.
Why don't you tell us how tell us what we need to do? Corey laid out his.
I just asked Corey.
Corey already laid his shit out. He already laid it out. Now we want you. Now it's your turn to lay it out.
Okay. Listen, then. This is what I think that we should do.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, do what Corey did and what Truth is talking about. Okay. We got to vote. We got to get our people in place. And then we have to have somebody reliable enough before, in other words, those people that we put in office, make them do their job instead of getting there, selling us out. And
you got to vet the cat. You got to vet.
Corey said that. Yeah, Corey said that. Now, what else?
Well, we still got to get it done, man. We're not getting that done.
And how do we get it done? How do we get it done? What do we need to do?
But I just said how we get it done. But the thing is, you got to get the people engaged.
Yeah, but you said
you reiterated what I said.
Yeah, you just reiterated what he said.
Okay, well, that's fine.
He want to write down
just keep talking about it. Then.
You know, what we need to do first is do a whole presentation on people running for public office and whatever state we want to choose. Maybe I don't know. I want to say Maryland because I'm from Baltimore. You know what I mean? But we need to start doing little programs like this so people can start knowing. We need to be active with it. You know what I mean? That's one solution. Yeah. Another solution is we need to stop hiding behind the phones and behind the TVs. We got to get out here in the streets. Like literally, a lot of people don't know what happened in 2020 because they weren't there. I was there. I'd seen the white supremacists breaking windows. That's why they didn't do shit in Baltimore because niggas was there. We stopped them.
I was out there too.
Yeah. We got to stop all that marching too, man. Marching ain't gonna get nothing done.
Everything. You don't stop nothing. Do everything.
No, legislation got passed behind George Floyd. The problem was that you had white supremacists burning down shit and fucking up shit, right? And it was some rabble rousers.
Making stuff happen
too. But for the most part, these QAnon conspiracy theorists out there causing trouble, burning down police cars and this, that, and the other, right? And it looks like, black people out there acting a fool, looting and whatnot and what have you, you know what I'm saying? So like
this real quick though. This is like what happened in California, right? During 2020, right? The 2 federal officers were killed, right? Got shot. The people that Trump came on the news the very next day, like, yeah, they shooting police, Black Lives Matter are terrorists, all this other crazy stuff. Come to find out when they locked up the person that did it, it was one of the Boogaloo boys. The Boogaloo boys were the ones that was doing it, and they was doing it with the intention of making Black Lives Matter look like a violent organization. This is one of them plots that actually I was talking about that white supremacists are plotting and planning. They literally plotting.
But Black Lives Matter ain't all on the up and up either, though. So we ain't,
and some of the initiatives, like with the shooting in Buffalo, like what these white supremacists want to do is intensify race relations.
Yes,
that's the goal. To incite African Americans and other white people to have some type of paranoia, because their whole thing is they're betting on a race war. You understand? So that's why certain acts are being committed to.
But what we don't understand, but the play. See, this is why I wanted to slow it down, and I'm glad you said that. So that's the play, right? To have everybody, it's the sleight of hand trick, right? Everybody worry about whether you're black or white. Everybody worry about whether the Mexicans is coming over the border or not, right? All of that. Y'all worry about that. Fight in the streets about black and white and all the rest of it, right? Meanwhile, the corporations is cleaning up. They making more profit than they ever made in history, in world history. In world, corporations are making more profit now than they're making in world history. And the working man has not had a raise in 45 years.
Yeah, crazy.
And counting. We're making the companies more money than they ever seen for the same paycheck that we've been getting 40 years ago.
Right. That's facts.
And meanwhile, we worried about the Mexicans at the border and whether we black or white. See, that's why this is what I be saying about we don't be focused on the right thing. This is why I say understanding politics is very, very important, because these are the people who are making the decisions that are most important to your life, that are most important to your life. But y'all go ahead, continue.
I did want to add on what you were saying, Brother Corey.
CK.
Just to reiterate here, you know what I mean? Brother James, Corey is right. The first step is bringing awareness. People do not know there is a problem until you let them know where the danger is. Then we as a collective have to agree that this thing is dangerous. This is a problem. So once we see that this thing that we are talking about is an actual problem, then we can come up with some solutions. We can't be skipping steps, because you're not going to come up with solutions for something that isn't a problem. If everything's okay to you, everything's going to seem like it's okay to you, so you don't feel the need to act or move or do anything. So, excerpt 1. I am going to drop, hold on, is this the right one? Hopefully this is the right one. Boom, I'm going to drop this video in the chat.
Hey, CK.
This video here is, yes, a focus on Marjorie Taylor Greene, but it also talks about other politicians that are buddying it up, shacking it up with these white supremacist groups, son. And these mother flowers are politicians, senators, congressmen, mayors, governors, etc. Also, I'm going to drop another link. Hold on, lost my place. Boom. I need everybody to go to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Go to your mother flipping state and see how many hate groups are in your mother flipping state. Most of the Southern states, I'm working on a presentation right now about this. Most of the Southern states, especially these states that have predominantly Black people. Well, let me rephrase that, because we ain't predominant nowhere. The states that have a high Black population, there are over 100 mother flipping hate groups in these states, son. Yo, if I have to go get it, since some people think I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I can go get the damn article that the FBI put out while Obama was president about, yes, white supremacist groups infiltrating law enforcement.
Yeah, I remember that. That's not, yeah, that's not, yeah.
You know what I mean? But crazy conspiracy theorists. Yo, like this stuff is actually going on. There were generals that were, definitely vocal about how some of the soldiers in their platoons were talking about not following the orders of Biden if he were to win, if he were to quote unquote become president, that they would only listen to Trump. Yo, you can't, like, you can keep saying that, oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it's conspiracy theory. Oh, it's pseudo, this, that, and the third. Like, how many different things have to be happening for you to take it serious? Like, does Trump got to attempt what he do a couple more times? I already dropped a video a little while earlier. I can drop it again if need be, talking about how these Republicans are trying to make changes in their states to basically steal the next election. Let's not talk about how these politicians are redistricting their states to guarantee that they win. This shit is actually happening in various states within the United States, yo. You can only ignore the fascism for so long before it's like, it's here.
Go ahead, Ngozi.
That's all I want to say.
Ngozi, what's up, bro?
Hey, peace and love to the panel. I just wanted y'all to see how much of a coward ass dude that dude Mike is. How he sit his ass up on here, y'all in back chat talking all that little subliminal racist shit. Y'all got. I don't know if y'all pay attention to dude, but dude, I know what group he run with. I'm trying to see.
I think he black, ain't it?
Oh, he a fake ass. I don't even know if he Berber. He say he Amazique, but I don't.
North African Mike. What's his name?
Yeah.
I've been told that our dude
hold
was
on,
a white.
hold on. Which one?
His name Mike. He
I've been
hiding.
told that the dude was racist, yo.
Which
That's
one?
why he got sniped. It wasn't just me that sniped his ass. Other mods sniped him too, and y'all keep freeing these people.
I think he's
Yo, our chat is not safe for these white
No, I
supremacists.
think he's black though, because he's been on the panel.
No, he's not. He's never been on the
that
panel.
dude-
He's been scared to come on the panel.
He's not gonna come on here. He lie like he don't speak English.
Oh, that's
Talk
not the
about
Mike I
basketball.
thought it was.
Oh, different Mike then? Yeah, because the one
Yeah.
Mike, I forgot.
No,
his name.
you're thinking about
Magic
Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Nah, not Magic. Nah, not
He never
Magic
been
Mike.
on the
I
panel.
always
There's
thought
another
that dude
Mike
was
too.
Magic
No,
Mike.
we're not talking about him.
And he
I'm
keep
not talking
changing
about Magic Mike.
He keep changing his name. He changed his name right now to North Africans are not sub-Saharan. So
Oh, that's
his,
okay. Yeah, somebody.
so his whole thing is they come on here and listen to y'all because they think that all blacks is trying to steal Egyptian culture, and they try to insinuate that sub-Saharans never did shit. And when we did do anything, we were moved by somebody that made us do what we're doing. So I'm letting y'all know it's a lot of people that listen to what's going on, and they're using that aim to target black people like we ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you got these people in the chat. So when we go back and forth about ancient Egypt and Hebrews, these North African wannabes, if they really that, they might be a bunch of motherfuckers sitting in France. I don't know who they are. They play games. They're listening and they're using it against us with their own personal agendas to say how stupid we are and how we're culture vultures. Not understanding that all that's not on that.
Yeah. I see, because I don't be paying attention too much.
I do.
I be on here there chopping it up. Like
I see Amir getting at him in the chat.
Yeah, I've been seeing him going back and forth, but I'll be, he be going at with the motherfucker, so he don't.
Yeah, he ain't gonna go live. He's scared. I don't know where he went. I don't know where he at.
Yeah, but
So Mike, you doing a lot of chatty.
Yeah, we're gonna have some racist one because there's another Mike, but he's black. He a little off the wall with some shit, but he black though.
He said he's trying to install Zoom.
Yeah.
You ain't got Zoom installed by now, bro.
Yeah, he bullshit.
But thanks, Ngozi, for that, man. NCK.
Yes, sir, brother.
Since you brought my name up, I want to kind of respond to you a little bit, young lady. You're right.
Oh yeah, I got sources for days, son. You
But
want stuff on fascism? I got you. You want stuff on white supremacy?
Let him make a statement. You ain't even know where he going at yet. Let him.
Oh, apologies. I fall back on mute.
Okay, CK. So I won't have to get loud. I can talk sensibly and low. I appreciate what you had said on backing Corey, because I do back Corey myself. Now, I don't have anything against what Corey has said. I can see he's very political. He knows the business, and we need more like him. We need more like him in our people, because most of us we just don't know and don't understand, and that's so sad, because they be doing stuff around us and really moving on past us, not in just a political way, other ways too, where we should be, getting ourselves ready and be right there grinding it out right with them and showing them, hey, we're qualified too. And Corey's right. We got to talk about it. But all I was talking about, especially when I got a little riled up, is we got to do more than talk. We got to start putting this stuff into action and try to get the ball rolling. And I think that's where we just been sputtering for so long. I mean, many years. And I'm finally through. That's it.
Yeah. And, I just want to say, as an individual, right, all one can really do is educate a couple people around them, right? So that's doing enough work, or that's doing due diligence enough for me. Is that some of the things that or if you have an idea of the importance of some of the politics and shit like that, just let somebody know. Just have the people around you understand that, and that's enough. I mean, you ain't gotta put together a class or a movement or nothing like that, because those people are gonna realize what you realize, and eventually they'll let 2 or 3 people know. So that's how it moves like that, man. Small steps, man. Small steps. We ain't gotta move mountains. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I don't know, man.
I can have these conversations. Like I said, normally we don't have, you know what I mean? You know, there's certain shows, but I guess the title brought it out. You know, we got something going on, Roe versus Wade. So it brought it, you know, it brings that type of build out. But, you know.
Yeah, definitely. That abortion situation, the whole Supreme Court thing, that's definitely going to bring out a lot of politics. You know what I mean? I think that's what kicked it, the last political conversation we had off. I think it started off with abortion.
Yeah, Mother's Day. Where everybody at? Where everybody at?
Hey, I'm also gonna drop another link as well. This is it's a link, but you can actually find the book online at archives.org. It's written by an Italian writer called Umberto Eco. And basically he lived through the fascist regime in Italy when Mussolini was running things. And he goes into great depth as to, you know, the beginning stages of fascism as well, and how it kind of arises and what are the steps and blah, 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 and what is considered a fascist regime, all that good stuff. Good read.
Hey, but I forgot, Gozy. I just want to let you know, man, I'm gonna use you as a shield, man. I clipped you up. I clipped you up just for Unc, right? So I can't wait. I can't wait till the Egypt conversation started.
Oh, Mediterranean culture?
Yeah, because I'm coming with that clip. I'm leading off with that clip, so I'm putting you in front of the bullets, Gozy, just to let you know ahead of time.
Goes, don't listen to that shit.
They don't want. There he is.
You
There
as a
he is.
shield,
I ain't
man.
went no damn well. I'm right here in the
They don't want. Unc don't want it. Unc don't want it. He don't want it.
I got a nice clip where it goes. I'm telling you, he letting you know, he putting the information down, man.
No, he missed.
He ends you, huh?
Right. And goes, how do you feel? How do you feel when they say Egypt is a Mediterranean culture? Like, how? What's your opinion on it?
It's the location of Egypt, because Egypt is a transcontinental country. So they share in the further north of the Delta, it's closer to the Mediterranean. And the eastern part is next to the Red Sea. And then the western part is next to Libya. So I wouldn't say the country overall would be that, but in that Delta, most of those North African countries further north towards the Mediterranean Sea would be labeled as Mediterranean countries. And we know that those people near the Delta or the northern parts of Africa have had cultural exchange for thousands of years with their diets, with the way they live, their customs, certain things that they do. It's been continuous for thousands of years. You know, especially when you go into Morocco and you go to the Atlas Mountains and you cross over the Atlas Mountains. Morocco is not that far from Iberia, the Iberian Peninsula, or next to Gibraltar when you go into Europe. That's how close it is once you cross. So it's like when you go to that further north of Africa, you know, it gets like that. But as far as Egypt overall as a country, I mean, it can go in multiple directions. That's a transcontinental country when it comes to Egypt. So if you go into Upper Egypt, you go past Aswan and you end up in northern Sudan. You go further west, you end up in the Sahel Oasis next to Libya. You go east, you end up in on the other side of the Levant. You go to the Gaza Strip, which is 4% that holds Africa and the Levant together. That's why some people can play that game with Israel and say Israel sits on two plate tectonics, because of the Gaza Strip. 4% of that connects you to the Levant. You know, this also tells the story of their genetic signatures. It's been continuous for thousands of years.
What say you, you agree?
It's 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, see how he disagree?
I ain't disagree, man. I mean, come on, yo. I'm gonna say it again. Your genes cannot tell what a person ethnicity is. Yo.
He didn't talk about. He talked about other things than genes. He didn't just talk about genes.
You know what I'm saying? That Egypt was started by a homegrown African population, yo. That's what I'm saying. So y'all,
I agree with that too.
hey, no, and don't say nothing else. Don't add nothing else to it. Don't add nothing. Stay right there.
We agree.
Don't add nothing to it. Stay right there. Don't add nothing to it. See, I'm not adding nothing to it. Don't nobody. It's a homegrown indigenous African civilization. Simple.
You mad at that?
Yeah, that's not up for debate.
All right, then. So that's the end of the convo. I'm not arguing that. Now y'all can get into it. What if it's really the African that had the gray eyes and then the blue, but they had the dark skin and they got it going on that shit.
That's coming though. That's coming.
It shouldn't, because nigga Homo sapiens is the mix. So like y'all crazy.
Smash.
I'm saying Zimbabwe was a great empire too.
Smash is gonna present
Zimbabwe don't got nothing to do with Egypt.
I'm saying
I know, that's why I'm saying. I appreciate that. I appreciate you making that statement. So Africans is allowed to have their own shit then.
Yeah, Smash is gonna make his Egyptian replacement argument and shit. He's gonna make the
so you know the quarters got cut off two in Africa though when the Sahara dried out though, right?
I'm just saying Africans are allowed to have their own shit though.
Yeah, but Egyptians
you agree to that though, right?
Right. No, but all them niggas is Africans.
Damn, see.
Right. They're all African,
why we gotta
bro.
jump to it? Why you have to add something to it? You said you
added something to it. You
said
something. What you say? It was a slight add on.
Africans are allowed to have their own shit.
What was you mean?
Just that. I ain't add nothing to that.
Hey, but Corey, you notice how it'd be funny how the conversation switch? Because when we say shit like, African was involved in slave trade. Do not say African. You cannot identify. You have to be specific. You know what I'm saying? And then we say, yeah, you North Africa. They ain't North Africans. They Africans. It's like, all right, bro, y'all got it. Y'all got it, bro.
Hey, but you know what, man? Me and Corey really similar. I forgot Corey. Corey live in the Midwest, and also Corey's also part. He's part Fulani.
Down the street,
No. I was gonna say Corey is also part Fulani. My mother's Fulani, and he's part Fulani. We got a lot of similarity, and he know the history of what the Fulanis did. A lot of Fulani was on bullshit.
Yeah, they did. They did a lot of bullshit. Yeah,
they still causing bullshit on the continent. Yeah. So it's not an innocence when it comes to being an African. They human beings. Africans ain't innocent people. They still not.
Nobody is.
Especially what they did to the I think that the Asante, because they down there did like a genocide on them people.
Wow.
They came in. You know what I mean? It's in my history. I did, I did the whole Rick Kittles thing. And he gives you a history of the Fulani and shit. And I was like, man, that's dirty. Like my people was the dirtiest ones, pretty much. You know what I mean? Well, I guess
the Yoruba too. The Yoruba too. Shit, they practice tradition.
Wow. That show you people is just people, man. It doesn't matter what color you are. It's where your heart is. What you're all about inside, and how you look at other people, and how you show your respect, and if you think they deserve it or not. I believe everybody deserves it until they show you they don't deserve it by maybe some of their actions and their ways. Like my man Ngozi's talking about Mike, and like I said, I'll be watching him, man. Him and that doggone Mike, they be going at it. And Ngozi had a little help the other night. It was two of them teaming up on Mike, where they was putting it on him too. But Mike was in there tonight. He was in there talking some stuff about Amir. He called him Amir instead of Ngozi.
Yeah. I gave him a couple time out. I gave him a little bit of time.
They got like, even when you block them, bro, they got like so many accounts. They just make
it's him and his dude KK. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember KK.
Yeah,
and KK from Egypt. And this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I remember KK though. Yeah, I got into it with him a little bit. He didn't say nothing racist. He didn't say nothing racist though. But he.
They bro. I'm gonna tell you, they run with Phoenician 7-7, and all them. You know why they like Chief X so much? They like Chief X because they like to hear Chief X, a Black American or African man of America or African North American, go against his own people. So it's not because they like him because he tells them the truth. or if
It's
he's
going
the
against
same
wrong.
thing like
own
when
people.
white supremacists like hearing a black person saying
Yes.
negative things or repeating
Yes.
their talking points.
Candace Owens. They,
Same
they
thing.
like Candace Owens.
Because I guarantee if Chief X was to change his mind tomorrow, I'm just saying to say, oh, Egyptians was black, them niggas will go against him and start talking shit. So these people do not like him because he's telling truth or giving out information. They just like to hear that niggas are stupid, we wasn't shit, and we were subhumans. That's what they like to hear.
Yeah, I remember Facebook or whatever they had that We Was Kings site group. Full of all races, motherfuckers.
I heard about some of that.
Yeah, We Was Kings. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of racist motherfuckers with that shit. Yeah. Shit was crazy.
The world hates us, man. I just don't know why. But everybody.
The world don't hate us. Don't say that. The world don't hate us.
It seems like it to me, though. I just get that feeling that, we got to be the underdog and on the bottom for some reason. Ever since I was a child, and I'm 68 years old. I'm 68 years old, people, and I still stay alert and aware of what's going on. I like to keep up with the youngsters to see where their mindset is and how they're thinking and see if they're in line, like Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben was trying to line everybody up. Of course, the information gets old, and as time moves forward, I've seen stuff back in the early 60s up to now, and I've seen some great changes from the rotary phone booths. I mean, all stuff now. You walk around with phones in your pocket now. You don't dial nothing. You touch tone, and I just see all that stuff, and I say, wow, man, this life is something else. But we just need to get our act together as a people, because I see the world. They laugh at us, they pick at us, and we're everywhere. I can say we're everywhere in color because of the dark skin. I ain't gonna say we're all the same, because I've been listening.
If the world, I would say this, like if the world hate us and we are where we are now, that just shows how powerful we are, right? But when you look at the global stage, we're more revered than you think, bro. Like when you look at other countries, you'd be surprised how many other countries, when they're making their movement against government, how they name themselves and pattern themselves after the African American movements in the United States, bro. Like you'd be surprised how often you see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not quite like what you think.
Well, I could be a little off.
Can I play a little brief clip real quick? I just want to show y'all what
you got to talk through it though, because anytime we play a clip, you got a chance to get the strike. So you got to play a little bit of it. We got to, you know what I mean? We got to make it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. It's the January 6th hearing, so I don't got them striking it though. You know what I mean?
You taking it from somebody else's channel?
It's from PBS.
Yeah, for sure. Oh.
Yeah, let me share my screen real quick.
Yeah, I saw the hearing. I didn't see all of it. That shit went on for a while, but I saw some of it.
Now I just want you to see what the judge said. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, fair use. We can't hear him anyway, true.
You can't
hear nothing.
Nah.
They don't let you hear.
I don't think you can share it on your phone. I think you got to do it on your computer, and then you have to enable the audio.
Can somebody bring it up?
I remember Kent doing it before too, but I forgot how he did it on the phone.
Yeah, my thing.
Well, basically what this judge is saying is he has been receiving messages because he's a Republican that's in the Republican Party. That's a whole conservative. You see what I'm saying? That was testifying against Trump during the hearings. And what he said was what he's hearing is that is still definitely people plotting and planning something similar to January 6th. He said if come 2024, Trump is not reelected or one of Trump's subordinates is not reelected, we might have a revolution that we have to put down. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah. I don't think.
What happened, y'all having a what over here?
I don't think they want that smoke. They will get put down.
That's a federal judge telling you that. That's not just people like
I'm saying they will get put down. They will get put down, bro. I promise.
Well, Trump's thinking about making America great again. I've said it many times tonight, and I'm quite sure he didn't say that for no reason at all, people.
No, he's doing it.
We better wake up and open our eyes to what's going on in this world.
Give me a time in the world.
Hold up. Let me tell you
America
this real
wasn't
quick,
great
yo.
without black people, yo, and all its immigrants, yo. I'm
Thank you.
listening. I'm waiting.
But I
Yo,
agree.
nah, y'all gotta
I
hear
agree.
this, y'all. Y'all gotta hear this. Y'all don't know what Trump doing right now. Y'all, how many of y'all have actually been watching Trump's recent speeches? Trump, this man playing the whole God card now. Everything's about God. The reason that the abortion thing just got overturned is because of God did it.
Wow.
I'm telling you, he playing to the God, the Christians now. You feel me? He about to start a whole. It's a cult for real now at this point.
And I just want to dagger Unc real quick.
45.
I don't know if you remember Unc. It would have been back in, hold on, we're in 2022, right? So back in 2020, when Trump lost, I remember making some specific remarks about how like there may be an attempt to have, there may be a fascist takeover attempt. And you said that I was crazy as hell. And then January 6th happened, and live on air, you basically had to admit that, oh, okay, you know, these crazy mother flowers tried to do something. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that these people aren't successful. The problem is that they feel bold enough to even attempt to do this stuff. They feel bold enough to talk about it out and open, that these politicians are, yes, implementing certain
Trump
things
made them
to
like that.
their win.
Trump was the one that made them
White
bold enough
supremacists are
to be able to
infiltrating
come out and say
politics,
that shit in
becoming
public.
politicians. They are bold. They feel like they have nobody pushing them back, nobody doing anything about them. Like, I do think the FBI definitely is looking at these folks and probably watching them, but yo, like, these mother flowers are everywhere. Like I said, go to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Look at how many hate groups are in your state. It's like 100 of them. These mother flowers are everywhere, yo. These people are your teachers, your police officers, your politicians. These mother flowers are cooking your food. They in your stores. They're everywhere, yo. People don't have to be open with their racism to be in support of a white supremacist ideology. And all I'm gonna just say, hey, yo, I just hope at least minimum mother flowers, at least get your concealed carry, son. Get your concealed carry, get you some guns, join you a black gun group, maybe try to hook up with one of these black political movements or just a political movement in general. So when something does pop off, hopefully we can attempt to do some type of organizing, yo.
Pop off in terms of a race war, CK?
I have
Let me
no
say
idea
this.
what.
That's the perfect conversation.
Listen to these white supremacists. They're very vocal on social media.
Let me say this,
Listen to
though.
what they say that they want to do.
Yeah, right. And
We
Don't
just be
ask me what they're
proactive,
going
though.
to do.
Saying
Don't
white
ask me what
supremacists-
they're going to do.
Yeah,
Go look it up
supremacists go-
online. Just type it in
White
on your
supremacists
phone.
gonna attack soft targets, man. You ain't never seen them come where an area where it's gonna be real smoke at. They attack
Of
soft
course,
targets.
because they're smart.
Well, what I'm saying is
They
we
just
can be proactive.
They just
if y'all
arrested
wanna...
30 white supremacists at a pride rally.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Like,
they did. That was Patriot Front.
yeah, these people are mobilizing. They are grouping up. They arming up. They grouping up. They making plans. They already snatched up Boogaloo boys. Actually, they were successful in killing some people on the West Coast. They snatched up a couple of them people. Don't forget that one white paramilitary group that actually was literally trying to plan to kidnap a politician. The FBI, well, it wasn't the FBI, it was law enforcement, ended up snatching them dudes up in Michigan. Yo, these people are crazy as fuck. That is the part that y'all not getting. Y'all are taking
that,
this
CK,
lightly.
but I'm saying,
You're
like,
making it seem like it's not a
solution,
big deal.
I'm not
Oh,
saying
they
it's not a
can't do
big deal,
nothing.
but
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying it's
They're
not.
crazy. That's
I got
the
a
whole
solution
point.
real quick, though, yo. Let me present a solution since we're talking about a race war, right? I say let's let them have a race war, but listen to me. We set up
But
like a
people gonna
paintball field or an
die, though,
airsoft field. No. Listen, the people are not going to die. I'm talking about paintball and an airsoft. I'm talking about set up a game called race war and have the most violent people from the white people, the most violent from the black people, have them meet up on this field and have them have like 4 or 5 different games of them just going at it with each other. But this is the point. The point of the whole situation is to, at the end, point out how many of them died. How many of them didn't even make it out the battle? How many of their family members died that came with them? You see what I'm saying? It's to show them that nobody went from war. You see what I'm saying? We might even during the 5th round have like some Chinese people just running with guns and then force people to have to fight together. You know what I mean? We could do a whole bunch of shit with that shit, but I think we need to be proactive about that shit and start showing people that they really don't want war.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, true, people are always gonna do dumb shit. Like you ain't never gonna stop that. Like dumb people do dumb shit, and they gonna keep doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta do.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this thing is kind of getting serious. If you actually watch this shit, Trump and the Republicans are putting out so much misinformation that a lot of people don't even know what was real and what's fake no more. You got a lot of people that, even though the Democrats is actually fighting for Black people, that are against the Democrats. You see what I'm saying? The Democrats have a lot of issues that need to be worked out, but I swear they more for Black people than the Republicans.
I think what you're gonna eventually see is that you're gonna see a wholesale government crackdown on these different white supremacist groups. I think that's what you're starting to see right now. I think that RICO Act that now is about to be implemented towards rap artists will soon be implemented the other way towards white supremacy group. That way you could take out whole organizations. But the way they move was a little more smarter than niggas do with social media. So it's a little bit more complicated. You know what I mean? You have to catch them more, you know, in the act. You know what I mean? You have to set things up to actually catch certain conversations because they ain't really just, you know, posting shit on Instagram like you know how niggas do shit.
But they posting it on YouTube too. They actually got training camps. They out there. I'm telling you, they train it with real guns.
Yeah, but they do it in a way that you can, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but that's how serious the situation is, man. People think I wouldn't have believed somebody was going to run into the Capitol until somebody ran into the Capitol.
There you go.
Yeah, I was at work shocked. Like I was laughing at first, but then I thought about it and I was like, oh shit, this could be a problem.
I wasn't that shocked. I'd have been more shocked if they'd all came with guns and try to shoot some shit up.
Yo, but that's just because they haven't done it before don't mean they're gonna do it again. I ain't never seen
and I assure you, true,
infiltrate the Black Lives Matter movement.
And I assure you, the minute they go in there and shoot some shit up, you'll see some shit like you ain't never seen in your life, bro.
No, you won't. You know why you won't? Because the dude walked right into the grocery store, shot the whole grocery store, and that motherfucker walked out.
Yeah, but you can never guard against that, bro. You can never stop a lone wolf from walking into a church right now and just like that. Those type of shit you just can't stop. You can't predict it.
It's going to be a major protest in DC tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be 1 million women in DC tomorrow. Guaranteed. And Saturday too. Yep. They on the road right now hitting the DC. We don't know whether somebody going to drive through there just because they on a white supremacist bullshit. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit that they be planning for. They be waiting for big events. They want big events to happen because they can hide in plain sight.
That's why I didn't go to the Juneteenth celebration. I wanted to go, but I'm like, damn, like these motherflowers just caught a gaggle white supremacist trying to riot at a darn Pride rally. Like, and then like it wasn't that long ago that shit happened in New York. I'm like, I don't feel safe going nowhere, son. I'd rather just stay at the house. I'm good.
Yeah, I was watching that Pride event thing live. It was white supremacists out there with guns and everything. One dude had an AK. No bullshit. But you know, Idaho, that's an open carry state, so the police couldn't do shit. But they were standing right there at the Pride parade. There was one group of white protesters that walked right to it. Had the police escort them and everything.
Hey, true.
Yeah, I mean.
Where you at?
I mean,
you got the police escorts. I think we can end right there on the police escorts. We had about 3 hours, man. Man, we over that time limit, man. That 3 hours is about how long we need to rock that, man. Right? Appreciate everybody coming through. CK. Yeah, I'm saying truth. I think y'all had y'all first conspiracy show. Big ups to y'all.
Wait, how the hell is a conspiracy when there's actual evidence to support it?
We can have a debate. I guarantee we win.
I ain't debating that, yo.
I don't know. I'm gonna need to point out where the conspiracy.
I don't know. I'm saying, but how long is all this gonna take? I'm just wanting to know: is it a day, years, 5? If we gotta wait 30 years,
you're really asking the people that are not in charge of whatever's whatever people are trying to do, you want to ask us when they plan on doing something that they're planning. We're not involved in it. We're not part of the decision-making process. We're not in their little meetings. We're not in their little clan meetings.
Trying to fuck up the money, yo. It's too much money in America, yo. Fucking up the bread, yo. The criminals that come out the woodworks, yo. Too much bread, yo. All that stupid shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think you will see white folks get laid down so fast, nigga, make your head turn. Nigga.
Lay their ass down,
y'all
yo.
Light them niggas up, bro. You fucking with that money. Nigga, Amazon can't make no money because y'all having a man. That nigga pay for a private army.
Nah, but y'all don't understand they can do it legally. That's why voting is so important. Like I was saying, if that dude get elected governor, Dan Cox, he can legally send the National Guard to Baltimore because of the high crime situation. It's actually one of the plans that the Trump administration actually has.
Yeah, but then all you gotta do is
money, man.
Nah, they not gonna do that.
They will do that. They will do that. That's not even a question. They're trying to do it now.
There's a lot of money, yo.
Not to just shoot and kill people for crime. You got to convict somebody, man.
It's a lot of money, man. United States, man. Niggas get money here, yo, and the rest of the world come through, get some money, man. I don't know about all that, yo. I don't know.
I mean, I'm strapped up anyway, so I mean, like y'all talking to the goddamn choir for the other side, but I you know what I mean. I'm more worried about niggas. I ain't gonna front shit.
Right. You don't worry about the little 13-year-old. Y'all talking about somebody else.
If I see a white guy walking outside, I am not worried. But if I see a nigga creeping outside my crib, nigga, I go grab my shit.
Pulling out the heat. Nigga, what you doing, Ninja?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Ain't no game. Yeah, shit.
We got Mickey. Who is that? What's up, Mike? What's that? Mikey. What's up? Mike K. I got it right. What's up?
That's him. That's Ngozi boy.
All right, we all on the panel at one time. What's up? What's up, Mike? You gotta say we can't hear you.
I'm off.
Huh? Oh, so he in silent? Go.
What up, bro? What up? What up?
Who is Mike right beside you? See him? Is that your man?
That's him.
Is that him? Yeah, where he at? Let him talk. Is he here?
He right there.
Now what you saying, Mike? Go
Come
ahead.
on with it, Mike.
Mike ain't talking.
So you could talk, because I'm gonna tell you like this. He brought up.
Look like his audio ain't hooked up yet. I see his camera shit, but I don't see his microphone hooked up.
He brought up this Tariq shit, and he talking about the Akalans. The Akalans is the lower caste. Yeah, go ahead, racist.
Go ahead, man. Come on.
I just want to clarify something. Let me talk, man.
He talking.
Problem that I don't get on the panel that I can't speak English. My English is very bad. That's the only problem. I am a Moroccan. I am not a European or a American. And I am not a racist. I never said anything racist, anything against sub-Saharan Africans. We are in Morocco. We have some sub-Saharan ancestry. Every Moroccan have some sub-Saharan ancestry.
Mike, let me ask you a question. I'm not.
No. Hold on a minute. You say every Moroccan have a what?
Some sub-Saharan.
We have a sub-Saharan ancestry. Every Moroccan have it.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, Mike, let me ask you a question. I'm not gonna curse you out. Wallahi. I just want to debate you in. That's all I wanted. Wallahi. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, talk.
So do you honestly believe that your black blood that you have, or sub-Saharan African blood that you guys consider, or the world consider black, do you believe that that's there because of an Arab slave trade? Because of slaves? So I'm asking you a very intelligent question, Akila. Do you believe that?
There is from slaves. It's not a problem. Everyone knows that there was slavery.
No, but
you want to tell me there is no slavery? There was slavery.
Aki,
I'm proud, even if it was from slavery. I'm proud of it. There is no problem in that.
Okay, I'm not.
Everyone got slave.
I'm not knocking that.
Not just sub-Saharan Africans.
I'm not knocking that.
Africans also.
Okay, I'm not knocking that. But listen, I'm 6% North African, and I got a lot of Middle Eastern blood. But yet, still, I'm a black African. But let me just say this though.
Yes,
I'm not gonna say, because what I'm trying to say is that yes, we know that the Arab slave trade was real.
Did he say all our ancestors?
I know people. I know the Gnawa people.
Let me just say this.
Mike, let him talk, Mike.
What was his answer though? Did y'all hear his answer? Come on, yo.
Yeah, no, he said everybody had went through a little bit of slavery. Like he said nothing crazy.
Did he say that? No, did he say
all
of his?
Let Gozy talk with it.
Wait a minute, man. I want to hear the answer, man. Y'all, come on, man.
Answer for
the
what?
Question was, did you? He said
everybody
he had the black ancestry, and the question was all your black ancestry slave? That's what he said.
No, he said, does he think the sub-Saharan component of his ancestry come through slavery? He's in Morocco. He said, yeah.
Yeah, he said, yeah. So
let me hear that, Mike. Hold on, Mike. Let me hear you say that, Mike.
Let Mike answer. Go ahead, Mike.
There is two African ancestry in us. There is a Ibero-Mauritian, and that ancestry is very old and different from the sub-Saharan ancestry. The sub-Saharan ancestry is younger than the Ibero-Mauritian, and we have some phenotype. We have a phenotype that doesn't found in the Ibero-Mauritian, like the skull type on our hair texture, our lips. It came from Western Africa, not from the Ibero-Mauritian. We are proud of that. Some of us, we have curly hair, we have a Congo, a close to sub-Saharan look, you know.
Hey, Mike, but look, hold on, Mike, let's just be straight to the point. Listen to me, Aki. Look, I want to talk to you, brother. Listen. Okay, it might be bad, Aki, but we both under the dean. Let me just see this, Aki. Listen.
I speak Arabic.
Okay, mashallah.
Arabic or Berber, French also, but my English is very bad.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. When it comes, let's talk about the history of the Ibero-Mauritian. Let's talk about that right quick. I understand you can understand me, right? So,
you got
the Ibero-Mauritian.
Not too much longer.
The Ibero-Mauritian.
You got it, though. All right, let them rock.
The Ibero-Mauritians.
All right, make me the host.
Brother Mike,
yes.
the Ibero-Mauritians.
I understand everything you want to say about the Ibero-Mauritian.
Okay, let me just say
why I say
hold on, Mike, I'm trying to let me get to what I'm saying first. Just listen. The Ibero-Mauritians was a combination of two situations. The ancient North African component.
I understand.
Hold on. Let me get my point across, and then I want to hear your point. Listen, the ancient North African component, which also made up a layer within the sub-Saharan African component, because at that time there was no sub-Saharan African component. It was an
ancient North African.
Aki, let me finish what I'm trying to say, brother.
Okay, just so. Okay.
The ancient North African component.
I am listening.
That comes from what they call the Tyrian culture, which was around 100,000 years ago to 30,000 years ago, was a the Homo sapiens developed all over Africa. It was a pan-African model for Homo sapiens to develop. It wasn't one hot spot.
I'm not saying.
But hold on. Let me just say this.
Okay.
Jabella Hood.
Let him get it out, Mike.
Jabella Hood that was found in Morocco was an archaic Homo sapien, but they found the genome that matches up those fossils with people in Cameroon, like the Mbuti people. And they also found those Lephius tools in Cameroon and Guinea, which shows that he wasn't probably. Hold on, Aki, let me.
Those are archaic hominins. Those are not even Homo sapiens.
I know, bro. You're not letting me finish.
That's what I'm saying, because
no, I'm not. No, listen, I'm trying to get the storyline together, because I'm trying to give you a model in the world to listen to what I'm saying without confusion.
He's trying to help us see too, Mike.
Yes. So listen, Aki, we're gonna block out Jabella Hood because that was the archaic Homo sapien, and he was just like Floresberg skull that was found in South Africa. So we're gonna block them out, and we're gonna focus on the Tyrian culture, which is that ancient North African component. And in morphology, right, the Tyrians, based off Bocha child that they found in Morocco, and the Tyrian reconstruction that they have, he looked nothing like modern day Caucasoids. So this is what I want to say. Listen.
Yes, I understand everything.
Hold on, no. Let me finish, Aki. At this time, these Homo sapiens were brown skinned and dark skinned. They were not light skinned and fair skinned.
I know everything about that. Europeans were not light skinned.
No. Let me finish.
I am with you in this.
They were not yet positive yet, because haplogroup E did not develop at this time when the Tyrians first got there.
Most humans were there.
Hold on.
Every human population was there.
Aki, I'm trying to walk you down the line. Listen, I'm trying to give you the morphology first. So that ancient North African component, some of those populations also inserted themselves south of the Sahara, especially after the Holocene glacier period around 7,500 years ago.
I know all that.
Okay. So let me talk about their morphology right quick. These niggas was black. They was black. Now, according to America's standards, they might not have been congoid in morphology with a protruding mandibular,
But according to American standards, if an ancient North African without the population that came back that we always talk about, which formed the Ibero Maroons, but if one
that
of those
population, but that
hold on,
population that came back, their ancestors also was dark.
Aki, you're not letting me finish.
You
Listen,
gotta allow a little room for him to
Anatolian
respond.
Forum.
Like give him a little piece to respond back to some of it.
Okay. Well, I was trying to get y'all to get a full spectrum of what I'm saying about these ancients, so y'all can get the full picture.
I never argue skin color because every ancient population was dark.
So
only the Eastern hunter-gatherer of Europe, Eastern hunter-gatherers, 30,000 years probably was light. The Anatolian farmers' ancestors that came to North Africa, their ancestors also was dark. There is no problem in being dark.
Okay. So Mike, let me ask you a question.
The Ibero region. Why I'm telling you that there was a sub-Saharan African from West Africa that came, ancestry that came in North Africa that is not very ancient, because the Ibero-Maroon's morphology is different from the Western African morphology. And we as a modern North African, we don't show that ancestry, that morphology that show in us is not an Ibero-Maroon morphology. The Ibero-Maroon was Cro-Magnon-like. You know, their skull was different from West Africa. We are modern North Africans. We have a sub-Saharan African characters like skull type.
Y'all not getting what's going on. I'm trying to get this brother to see the full spectrum of what's happening. I'm gonna say it again.
Everything you say.
I think but just listen to him. Though. I think he has his opinion, but I don't see it as racist. He just has his.
Nah, bro.
I'm not saying anything racist. And listen to me.
Okay,
that person that you're talking about in YouTube.
Okay.
Gozy, where do you see he's racist at, Gozy? Hold up, Mike. Let him tell you.
I never said anything racist. I never said that sub-Saharan Africans.
I can't
let him speak, Mike.
I can't even talk, bro.
Go ahead, Gozy.
What I'm trying to say is that the man says little subliminal shit, and the people that he run with, he say he don't run with them. Okay, cool. But the little shit he say, sub-Saharan and all this, bro, you got to be more detailed. Hold on. Listen, you got to. I keep listen. You have to be more detailed and full. Like you also brought, I can tell you've been watching me for a minute too, because you said European people are crazy because of Neanderthal genes. Yeah, I said that shit. Fuck them crackers. I don't give a fuck about no cracker, but I'm not racist. I just said that at the moment. But let me just,
I also don't care about Europeans, but humans are humans. We are all humans. European, Asian.
I said that for a reason. I talked about high levels of depression that they have from a gene called ADR2B gene.
But brother, you know, all humans commit genocide.
I'm not talking to, listen, I'm trying to say why I said that. I don't believe that as a full spectrum. Neanderthal and hominid genes helped us benefit in a lot of ways. So I'm not talking like that. I'm talking about the gene that the census said at that moment. But and that was 2015. But I want to talk about.
You muted yourself, Ngozi. Ngozi, you muted yourself, bro.
You muted, Ngozi. Oh, he might have fell off.
Probably got a phone call or something.
Okay, yeah, that stopped it. Yeah, Mike, you say you're not racist?
I'm not. I never said anything racist. He knows that exactly. I never said anything about sub-Saharan Africans being less intelligence.
Huh?
What? I didn't.
Okay, he's back now. Go ahead, go.
No, put them on a clock. Put them on a clock.
What I said
a minute each, because Ngozi are going a little bit too long. So we are losing all of the points.
That's up to Sosa there.
I'm asking the brother a question. I'm asking him, if you took an ancient North African without the population that created the Ibero-Maroons, which starts around 30,000 to 10,000 years ago when the Capsines came in. But we're talking about the straight ancient North African component. If you took them and brought them back in time in America today, what would they be classified as racially?
I'm going to tell you something. If we look at the European, the Western European hunter-gatherers, the ancestors of Europeans, and we took them to America, they will be black because they had a dark skin. Their eyes was blue, but their skin was dark. If we took the Eastern Asians, that was Mongoloid, also was dark. Every population was dark, and nothing wrong of being dark.
Okay. So this is my question to you, Mike. If you notice and you just admitted this,
Why you talking shit, bro? Here and there talking about black. So first of all, let me just, hold on, Mike. Listen. Mike.
Where did I talk shit? I think
Mike,
you don't understand what I'm saying.
Goes economy, you got to be clear what he talk shit about so we can get down
what
to
I'm
the
saying
root.
is because when you say shit like there was no blacks in North Africa, in ancient North Africa, and then
No, I didn't say that. I said there was a low sub-Saharan African. When I say I mean sub-Saharan African, I didn't mean Ibero-Mauritian life. I mean Western African life. Do you understand me? That's not crazy.
So what you're saying, Aki, and this is what you're saying, and this is what I say.
Because when we see, just let me finish this.
Go ahead.
When we see late Neolithic North Africans, we see them having less to sub-Saharan Africans than us modern North Africans. That's all what I said. I didn't say that North Africa, sub-Saharan Africans are slaves, or every population was enslaved. Eastern Europeans was enslaved even before the sub-Saharan Africans. The Slavs was enslaved from the Turks, the Arabs. Slavery is not a taboo or something linked to sub-Saharan Africans.
Okay.
Even North Africans was enslaved.
We're not knocking that, but let me just say this, Aki. Listen to me. Amazigh means free man or free people. Let me just say this. You're Amazigh. But let me just say this, brother. What I'm trying to say is that I thought I could have sworn I heard you see in your writing that there was no black people in ancient North Africa.
No, I never said that.
Okay, you never said that. Okay, you never said
what I said is the sub-Saharan African in us, North Africans, was lower in Neolithic times. What I mean about sub-Saharan Africans, I mean the sub-Saharan link to Western Africa. I didn't mean the Ibero-Mauritian. Even the Ibero-Mauritian was a typical modern population. Their morphology was like the Cro-Magnon. It wasn't even like a modern Caucasus wall. It was a Cro-Magnon type. They had a straight hair, but their skull was very robust. They was very tall also.
So, could you hear me right?
Yes, I am hearing you.
So here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is when it comes to Congoid, which is labeled as that Negroid morphology, which is really recent because sub-Saharan Africans develop in a situ between three commonized situations, right? So when it comes to the Negroid morphology, when you say that, I can agree with you. When you talk about the early Ibero-Mauritians, hold on.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Because we show.
But that's what but Mike.
You're muted again.
You're muted, Golden.
I never said an ancient Yoruba or ancient Congolese was an ancient Egypt. You kept saying that shit, bro. I don't teach that shit. I also talk about how the gracile Caucasoid morphology that was more robust is indigenous to Northeast Africa. It's more than one way to look African. So I never said that. What I said, what I always say was that if you took one of those Ibero-Mauritians or ancient North Africans and brought them in America today, they were classified as black.
Yes, I am with you. But if you took also the European hunter-gatherers, the ancestors of Europeans, to modern North Africa, the modern Europe or America, they will call them black because they had a black skin. Right, every population was black. Even the Eastern.
That sun darkened everybody.
When did 13,000 years ago?
I find it interesting because that's not what you were saying in the chat before.
No, that's exactly what I was saying. It's not probably.
You said the North Africans weren't
exactly
black.
No. You said not the type.
That ain't all that you said
either. In Western Africa, not the type you find now in Western Africa. There wasn't Congo. There wasn't even any modern population. There was a Cro-Magnon like. Do you know the Cro-Magnon? How the Cro-Magnon look?
Yeah.
Even Mike, let me read something to you right quick. Hey, Mike, let me read something to you right quick. I want to read you something to you about your cousins, the Garamantes. Did you ever hear about what
I know the Garamantes. I know the Garamantes are a mix of
right.
The Garamantes are a mix of sub-Saharan African.
Right.
One of the populations.
Hold on. Let me say this, Mike. So the Garamantes, this is before you had the Ikalans, which is the lower caste of the Tuaregs, right? But
I know.
hold on. But what I'm trying to say is this: for anybody to say, because the Garamanti starts around 3,000 years ago, right? So for anybody to say, hold on, Aki, let me just say this, Aki. For anybody to say that there wasn't a sub-Saharan, I'm not saying that's what you're saying, because you say you're not saying that now, fine. But for anybody to say that there wasn't a sub-Saharan African component that was drifting in North Africa, or populations that look similar to people south of the Sahara, that's pseudo. What I'm trying to say is just let me just say this. It says it right here. It says Martin Mizeran Lair conducted research of the skeletons. Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, let me finish. It says conducted research skeletons from peasants.
Yes. I know all about this.
Found that, hold on. She said found that the skeletons was mostly matched with Neolithic Sahelian samples from Chad, Mali, and Niger. Lear associated these remains with the Garamantes and concluded that the Garamanti connection
the Garamantes are a mix of sub-Saharan African and North African.
But that proves, though, Aki, that all sub-Saharan Africans was
there is no problem in that. There is always a mixing in the areas that two populations.
Okay. Well, we it ain't nothing to talk about then. You agree? You agree?
Yeah, that's what I say. That it really sound like y'all was too.
Y'all just had to talk it out. That's all.
Yeah, it's all good.
I am just saying the only problem, the other problem is when people in America call us Arabs, because we look for morphologically like the Arabs. It's not because we carry an Arab DNA or we come from a mixing of sub-Saharan African and the Arabs. Our component is very, very ancient. Before even there is anything named Arab, there is a Neolithic component from Anatolia that come to Egypt 7,000 years or 8,000 years. And there is a component that is back migrated 30,000 years to North Africa from Western Asia also. So this is the problem. Always, I have this problem with the African Americans. Always, when I talk about North Africa, you are an Arab. You're not an African.
Yeah, you do get that a lot. Yeah, you do get that a lot. Yeah.
Always, every time I come, I talk with this problem is
the only North Africans they like it. Only North Africans they like the Egyptians. They don't.
Well, at least Michael speak on it. That's good, Mike. That you letting everybody know your part on what you think things
this
are.
Problem, I don't find this problem with the sub-Saharan Africans from people from Senegal or Mali, because those people always they understand very much. They understand. They know Africa. They know North Africa. It's not the problem I find always with the African Americans, because they didn't travel a lot in Africa. This is first one, and didn't meet a lot of Africans. They see someone from North Africa. They see him. They look like, because we are morphologically. This is the truth. We look like Western Asians, specifically like the Levantine population, like the Syrians, or in the south people look like the Sahrawi look like the Saudi Arabians, and because they get darker, the southern you get, darker you get. People we see, they see us Americans, when they see us, they look like an Arab.
They want to call you Arab.
1,000 years ago, and killed. They say we come in the last 1,000 years ago and killed the original black population that looked like people in Nigeria, and we took over Africa. Always, this is a problem I face always with America, with black Americans. I don't not every black Americans, but a lot of black Americans.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I know you ain't making that up. That's facts.
He's just trying to sound like he's trying to get it all straight.
The truth.
You're chipping out. You're chipping out a little bit, Mike. Yeah, you're chipping out.
We can't hardly hear you. Your phone going in and out, Mike.
Reception a little bad.
You're probably in a bad
spot. What about now?
Yeah.
You sound now. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I want to say. I want to say.
Yeah, that's just a little straightening. Because North Africans do get some races, like, because they only respect Egyptians. If they hear Berber, anything like that, they're like, nah, F y'all.
Yeah.
And imagine, I am a Moroccan. And every time I talk about Moors or they call me, you're not a Moor, you're a fake Arab.
Oh yeah.
In last 1,000 years.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing.
You can't
same
let them
thing
make
with
you. Don't let them make you mad. You know what you are, man, and who you are. That's all you got to do is stand up and be who you are, and just tell them. If they don't want to accept it, that's them.
I think I try that I don't be emotional. Every time I want to talk to some, because if you become emotional, you talk with the racism, and you talk with something that you don't want to say, you don't mean. If you become emotional,
right?
I try that always use my mind. Egyptians also this. Egyptians always Egyptians even more than us. Every time Egyptians they call them Arabs.
Yeah, they do that.
You're an Arab.
Yeah, we about to have a show on that. Yeah.
You need to do that, so that'll be a good one.
Oh, we already have a show on that. We be fighting over that because they say that those Egyptians ain't real Egyptians, they ain't the real Egyptians and shit. They just Arabs and they fake it. Yeah. So I feel about that. Hey, but Mike, I want to thank you for coming through, man, and clearing everything up, man.
Thank you too. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I do appreciate the bill, man. We're gonna go ahead and close it on out, man. We want to thank everybody for stopping through, checking out the Pseudo Killas, man. We probably gonna go live on Sunday for Sunday night at the Pseudo Killas, man. Probably about 7, 8 o'clock, man. So peace, everybody.
All right, so hey, so this is my first time talking with you. I be usually getting at you in the chat, man, but you good dude, man. I don't mean no harm, but boy, I be listening. If I feel somebody a little off track, I'm gonna say something to them. That's just the way I am. But appreciate it. I appreciate spending time with you, all y'all.